Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mix Talk Live. Woohoo! Oh, where's my bells? Look it, jingle bells. It's kind of annoying. Wow, this thing is loud. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mix Talk Live. We are so excited to be here. This is our holiday episode, and what you see is what you get. We do have a we have a panelist that are ready and willing and able to talk to you about. Wow, surprise, surprise! We're gonna talk about the holidays. But first, yay! Hey, everybody, how are you all doing?
Hey.
All right. Hello. Okay, so a little bit about Mixed Talk. We before we get started, we will introduce you to each one of our panelists here. We are missing one person. We do have to shout him out a little bit right now. His name is DJB. He's a little under the weather at the moment, who is, I believe, in chat. So y'all send him some love and good vibes and speedy recovery. We just want to make sure he's resting and hydrating so that he can be back in full force for the holiday that's coming up. But the rest I will introduce to all of you guys in just a little bit, but a little bit about what Mixed Talk is. We are a group of people that came together and we talk all things nostalgic and retro, but still very relevant to the world in which we live today. So let me I'll introduce myself. My name is AnnieTalksShow. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I started off doing Twitch Sings and then kind of did, as Twitch Sings went away, and then I ventured off and did, or before Twitch Sings went away, I did a little bit. Here, let me turn the music down because I think it's so triumphant. So a little bit, like I said, I did a lot of Twitch Sings before it went away, and then I kind of transitioned over and did some gaming and then some music streams, and then I met all these lovely folks here that you see here on Twitch Sings, and we've garnered a really good friendship, and here we are today talking about things nostalgic and retro. But let's now go around the room and let's introduce every single one of our panelists. And while we're doing the introductions for the panelists, I do want to also talk about what we do. A tradition now called the icebreaker, and the icebreaker is where we'll ask a random question, and each one of the panelists will answer the question. So let's start off first with Wifeylovesnerd. Why don't you introduce yourself, and then we'll go into the question. Yay!
So I'm Wifeylovesnerd. I am a mom of 2 kids. I live right now in Florida. Usually, I used to live in Texas, so I moved recently next to family, which is great. But yeah, I am a crafter. I'm a baker. Anything DIY, anything I can get my hands on that's crafty, I absolutely love it. So I have fun with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Yay! Awesome. Okay, so let's talk a bit about our icebreaker question. Okay, you guys ready? So those of you who are panelists in waiting, you can hear the question and maybe start gearing up your answer. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, if money were no object, where would you want to spend the winter holidays and why? Wifey.
Let's see. I think I would go to like Hawaii.
Really? Not even
Yeah,
like
I
winter?
get it. No, I'm not. I'm not a person who likes the cold. Like I don't do the skiing and the, cabins and the, yeah, no, that's not me. Like I'd rather be at the beach. I'd rather be in a tropical place, drinking and having a good time. And yeah, I would
Awesome.
definitely go. I've been before, so I would definitely go again.
Now, well,
If I had the money to, for sure.
would you go with your family, or would you just take your husband, or would you how many people in total would you take with you?
I'd go alone. No, I'm kidding.
Shoot,
I
go
took a
ahead.
break. No, no. I probably would go with my family. I think it'd be really cool. My husband's never been, so I think that'd be really cool to take my husband with me. And I don't know if it would be something I'd want to do just us two, or bring my son along. But
Hmm.
or the kids. But I don't know. It's something that I would love to go back to. I went when I was a lot younger, so to experience it now as an adult, I feel like would be so much fun. And yeah, I definitely want to get away from the cold. I mean, even being in Texas was, 40, 50, sometimes even 30 degrees.
Hmm.
And now, I'm in Florida and I'm like, oh, it's going to be hot and it's actually cold.
Oh,
So like
how
trying to get
funny.
away from the cold and it's cold. Like, so yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm like wearing long sleeves and stuff, which I was like thinking that was not going to happen.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I would definitely go back to Hawaii. That's somewhere that I absolutely loved so much.
Awesome. Duly noted. It
Yeah.
looks like DJB also echoes your sentiment. He would like to go to Hawaii as well. So that's interesting because I always equate like winter with snowy and cold weather, and we don't have that here, at least not here in California, right? So, or not as much. So I
In
would
this,
like,
yeah,
right? I
parts
would,
where we're at.
yeah, I want to kind of experience that. So interesting. All right. Well,
Mhm.
thank you, wifey. Great answer. Let's go next to Rizaline Beatrice. So introduce
Hello.
yourself and then talk about what you would do if you had all the money in the
Sure.
world. Hmm.
Okay. Well. Yeah. So hi, my name is Rizaline Beatrice. You can call me Riz. I work in marketing and communications in higher education, but outside of that, uh, I scroll on TikTok. um, that's it. No. Then I like to watch like crime drama, true crime shows, and like paranormal things.
Awesome.
I don't game as much, but yeah. So if you see on the screen if it says DJB, because I'm using his Discord and his computer. So I'm not DJB. I'm Riz. But
Aw.
um, I mean Hawaii is a great option for the winter holidays, but I I think I would want to say that I'd be down to go to the Philippines
Really?
for the holidays, cuz like they start Christmas in like August
Oh.
and like September. So they're like hardcore about this stuff. Like
Wow.
Christmas is like it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I went to the Philippines during Christmas like when I was a kid. So it'd be interesting just to do all of that um as an adult.
Okay, so here's the same question I asked wifey. Would you go with like who would you go with?
Alone.
Alone or with DJ in tow or your whole family, friends, or well, what would that outing
Well,
look like?
I mean, I'd want to go with family
Mm.
because then, because I don't know, the holidays seems like it has to be about family, and that's always the thing too. When like you're traveling to like the homeland, you kind of feel obligated to like see all the relatives.
Yeah, very, very
So
true. Yeah, right?
family,
Yeah,
let it just let it be family, peeps.
agreed. Now, do you speak any of the native languages like the Tagalog or Ilocano or Pangasinan or any of those
Um,
dialects?
yeah, I guess so. I speak Tagalog.
Nice.
I don't use it a lot, but I guess if you put me in like a family party, it'll come
Mm.
out.
Awesome. You're not like me where you hear it in Tagalog or the native tongue and then you answer in English and then they get like,
No, I'll
"Oh."
probably still answer in English, not gonna lie.
Awesome. Well, good answer. I think that would be interesting. I'd like to see what what that celebration would look like from August through December, and I mean how festive that must be to see all the different the months how they kind of evolve and then get ready for the their religious holiday in December. So
Yeah,
I think that would be really interesting to see.
I want to see it too.
Good answer. Well, thank you, Rizaline. Okay.
Yeah.
Next on top is our very own one and only, the incomparable Johnny freaking Rico.
Pew, pew, pew,
Hi,
pew.
everybody. Welcome, everyone in chat. My name is a lot of people pronounce it this way, Johnny freaking Rico. So I'm gonna say it for once that way. My name is Johnny freaking Rico. I'm a Twitcher. I'm a YouTuber. I am a content creator for the most part. Um, so I stream on a lot of different platforms. I like to play games, mostly horror games, but I love me some horror movies. That's my thing.
That's funny.
Okay, as far as the icebreaker question,
So true.
I am a simple soul. Okay, I don't need anything extraordinary. If money was no option,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to just rent or lease the largest cabin in Big Bear and just stock up on
Oh.
everything I could possibly need. Take all the kids, all the immediate family, up to Big Bear in a cabin in the wintertime. When I was a little kid, my aunt had used to have a cabin in Big Bear, and when
Shout
I
out to
was
your aunt.
little, yeah, shout out to my aunt in the Napa Valley. She had a cabin way back in the day when I was a kid, and we lived up there for about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
My parents, me, my sister, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was just winter wonderland. Okay, so there's a lot of restrictions with Big Bear, like you can't live there if you buy some cabin property. It has to be only for summertime or wintertime. You know, you can't live there. Live there. So
Mm-hmm.
there's restrictions. So renting makes a lot of sense. Rent the biggest, most beautiful cabin and just chill up there the whole winter time.
Nice. That's
If people don't
awesome.
know, Big Bear is in the San Bernardino Mountains in Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the mountains, so
Does it
you're at a high
snow?
elevation. Yeah, and
Okay.
when it snows, it's beautiful. It's just
Nice.
amazing.
It's like childhood or
Yeah.
something.
See, there we
Oh,
go.
Yeah.
That's what I would think is like pretty much. Well, for me, it would be like an ideal holiday getaway during the winter time because wouldn't it make sense? I mean, not that any of what you guys said wouldn't make sense because it I don't know how cold or hot it gets in the Philippines or how hot or cold it gets
No,
in Hawaii either. But they,
no.
it's true what they say. They're dreaming of a white Christmas.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just something beautiful, magical about
Yeah.
white everywhere you walk.
Right.
Your footprints. It's just you
right.
can't replicate that, you know. And there's a lot of states in the United States where you don't get that kind of snow. I know
Right.
when I lived in Baldwin Park in SoCal, it snowed one time and it lasted for like 2 minutes, and that was it. So
And everybody made a
you don't
big
get that.
deal, right? And they went and took pictures.
Yeah,
It's
it
snowing.
was like front page news for like a month. Okay, it's like give me a break.
Yeah, totally.
You could see it melt as soon as it hit.
That's so funny. That's funny. Again, so did you say who you would take? Would you take your family or you have a
Just
secret
my immediate
crush?
family,
No, just kidding.
my kids.
Okay. And your kids, would you take them skiing? Would they be like all for it or would you think they would do it?
No, no, they're not allowed to. Nope, nope. I know. I have boys. I know how they are. They take those risks, and I'm old. Like, so I just want to relax, cook, have a good time, play board games, you know. And they're kind of older too. My kids are almost all grown up, so they'll be more like inclined to do other less crazy things. I
Oh
would
my
say.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well, they might like if they went skiing, they might ditch you. They might like, let's go ditch dad. He'll be putting out
Ditch
the
dad in the
APB.
forest where he's all alone. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Well, great answer. Like I said, I think going to the snow or to the mountains is ideal. In fact, you always manage to steal my answer, Johnny. You always manage to
Well,
steal my
when's the
answer.
last time? Everyone in the panel. Ask yourself, when's the last time you built a real snowman? Right?
Ooh, never, never.
Last
I've
year.
Oh, that's right. Wifey,
You need to do that once a year. Build a snowman.
I did, and that's just, I don't know, just snow's not my thing.
yeah,
Having to
same.
shovel snow and get your car out and no, that's not my thing.
I wasn't allowed to build a snowman, DJ says. What?
Oh no, why?
Why not? Why? Oh, and like Rizaline said, you're not here to talk about your experiences in the hood. So, so sorry. So sorry. So sorry.
Top of the show, we just gotta mention that. It's fine.
Wifey had like an unexpected amount of snow drop in Texas
Oh my
last year, right?
God, that
Yeah.
was insane. Because
Dude.
Texas is not a state that is a normal, snowy
It's
state.
not
We're
normal.
up north where, they're prepared for it. There's trucks who, bring salt on the ground and trucks that plow the snow and move them, make way for the roads and stuff. And that's something that we didn't have over there. So the way that it came down was insane. I mean, we it snowed once,
Mm-hmm.
kind of melted or whatnot, and then what a couple weeks later they came again. They came down again, but it was like snow, then rain, then snow. So it was like packed ice. Oh my God, it was so crazy. And we've never experienced that. So cars were like abandoned in every which way
Oh
you,
my
go
goodness.
because cars were getting stuck in the snow. The wheels would just spin out and oh
Right.
my God, it was crazy. And it's because of that, because we weren't, Texas is not a
Right.
state that usually, snows. And I was in Austin, so I wasn't even like towards the northern part of Texas, and that's how much snow and stuff we got. So
And
it
your
was it was crazy.
and your dog like flipped out too, right? Because he was like, "Wait, what is this thing?" You know, you took him out too.
Yeah, he was like crunching in the snow, like on the ice, and he's like, and I'm like, go potty. He just look at me like, where? you know?
Oh my goodness.
So,
That's
uh-huh.
hilarious. All right, so we've heard from Rizaline, Johnny, and Wifey about where they would spend their winter holiday vacation or holiday if money were no object. And like I said, Johnny stole my answer again, always. I'm never going to let you go before me ever again. No, I'm just kidding. I do also want to go to the snow. I was thinking, okay, when I grew up, I was like Donnie and Marie, like, number one fan, fan. And, they're from Utah and they always spoke about being from Ogden, Utah. And they would always do their Christmas specials every year from Ogden, Utah. And I would be like, I want to go to Ogden, Utah. So I literally want to go to Ogden, Utah, either there or Colorado where it snows or you said Big Bear. So I'm going to say someplace else. I'm going to say, what's the other place? Not Reno. No.
Tahoe?
Tahoe. There you go. I would want to go to Tahoe.
Tahoe's nice.
There you go. So Ogden, Utah would probably be my first choice. Then probably Colorado, and then Tahoe, because I do want to experience the snow. And there was only a few times that I've gone to the snow, and I went with my then husband, where we went up to the snow, and we were actually snowed in. California has the weirdest way of dealing with, winter storms. And it really wasn't, a winter storm where we needed to be holed up in a cabin, but we were, because they were erring on the cautious side and making sure that we didn't go out and, spin out, like Wifey was saying, like to spin out or to get into danger. So they kind of mandatory made everybody stay in their cabins during this quote unquote storm, which we did. And, my husband at the time and then my cousins, we all just played board games and had fun. So, back before not video games, there were video games, but back before the internet, back before all that, where you could literally just sit and stare at each other, talk, and literally play board games. And that's what we would do. So I would love to do that. I'd like to go back into, back up to the mountains and really spend a winter, holiday. And then all the East Coasters are going, okay, you can have it. I'll come there. Right? The East Coasters are mad. They're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What? They're
Crazy.
So
They're
you
like,
can have my
crazy.
snow.
Can't wait for that season to end. We're
Exactly.
like, we want it.
Exactly. I have friends like from Minnesota. I have other friends like in Chicago that when it snows, or when they have winter storms, it definitely comes down, right? So they're the ones that are always looking to thaw out, and come to warmer parts of the U.S. like Florida or California or even Hawaii. So I get it. And, it's because we're not used to that. We're here, Californians are not used to, winter. We don't have true winters. So that's where I would like to be. So I appreciate that, you guys. Everybody had really good answers. So hooray. Let's give it up to our panelists for answering the first question. All right. I want to take a moment right now to introduce to you guys a new segment that we're going to be implementing going forward. It's called the Mix Talk Mailbag. So we tweeted this and we've posted it on Instagram over the course of the week, and we've asked all of you guys to submit a question to ask of the panelists. not just for today, but for going forward. So if you have comments, you have feedback, or if you have suggestions on,
Or advice.
topic
You
discussions,
could give advice.
yeah, anything, tweet at us, or write us on Instagram, and your question, your comment, your suggestion could be featured on the very next episode. So we'll be monitoring that. I'm looking for your feedback, and for ways for you to communicate with us and stay in touch with us. So outside of our Twitch platform here, you can always use our socials to message us. Also, I've got to quickly, let me just get over here to our Mix Talk. So you can actually oh my God, it's this. You can use this. Sorry. To follow to follow any one of us, and you can message us directly or whisper a message to us. There's our socials, so you can definitely you have an opportunity to reach us. If not through our socials, our Mixed Talk socials, you can follow each and every single one of us and message us directly if you need to. So just giving you options on how to reach us and how to participate, in our next episode. So, and by the way, just so everybody knows too, let me go back over here and take this off. Hold on. Let's put the chat back on. I'm sorry. I'm like talking to myself. Okay. Great, thanks. Okay, so just so you guys know, this is our last episode of the year. So for the year 2021, the reason why we decided to do the holiday episode is because we've got Thanksgiving coming up, we've got Christmas and New Year's, so we kind of bundled it all into one episode, and we thought it would be best to talk about it here in this episode on this platform and this will be the last episode for the year. So we will come back stronger and stronger than ever in 2022. So this is where we, like I said, we're looking to you, our audience, our followers, our friends, to be able to give us suggestions or comments or ask questions. So for the next episode, so that we can include you, or you have an opportunity to be included. All right. Okay. With that said. This is normally the segment that where we would offer, our fun facts with Wifey. But I think because given the fact that she was moving and we have the holidays coming up and whatnot, I think we're going to bypass that for today, unless you have something, if anybody has a fun fact they would like to share, something you maybe have read or have heard recently. Here's an opportunity to throw out one of your fun facts, or any one of our fun facts, if anybody has anything to share. No? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Jingle Bells was the first song played in space.
Oh, I think I remember
There she
that.
goes. She still delivered.
On the radio, right? I think it was on the radio.
I thought you
I
meant like
don't know.
someone
It
went
says-
in space and just jingled some bells.
No, I really think that it was on the radio. It was the first broadcast on radio, and it was Jingle Bells.
Because it
if I'm
all like gets transmitted out into
Right.
into the ether.
It says that it was, I'm just reading it now offline, but it says December 16, 1965, and it was the first song ever played in space, as far as we know.
Okay.
Huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jingle
to know.
Bells. That's
And
awesome.
it was originally a Thanksgiving song.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Did they
That's what it
change
says
lyrics,
here.
or did they add lyrics to make it more Christmassy later? I wonder. Huh.
It says that in Savannah, Georgia, in the 1850s, the song was first performed during a Thanksgiving concert at a church.
Huh.
Oh, okay. That I think I might have that in a fun fact in a video. So that's really cool, though. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did they say who played it, or no? Just that was the first song.
It just says, let's see, hold on, let me go back.
I put her on the spot, everybody.
It says written by organist James Lord Pierpont.
That's it. Yep. Okay. I do remember that. Yeah. If it's in actually one of my videos on my, if you if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a video that I did create. It's called "Things You Didn't Know About Christmas," and I think that's one of the
Oh, I
things
see.
that I talk about.
Huh. In the chat,
And it
DJ
says
B
that,
says they use one horse open sleighs in Atlanta.
Do they really? Even now? Oh my
huh,
goodness.
No,
This
it's
is
like
true in
wow.
that's what she said,
Atlanta.
right? Is that that's the question?
Oh my goodness. Awesome. All right.
Sure, why not?
That's a great fun fact. So hey, look at
Yeah, I
Wifey
thought that was kind of
delivered.
cool.
Wifey delivered
Yeah,
with the
and
fun fact.
I do have another one, which
Yay.
I'm looking at, which is kind of cool. That the tradition of hanging stockings come from a legend about marriage.
Oh.
It
Huh.
says, "Have you ever wondered why we hang up stockings? They're basically fancy socks." And it says, "During the holiday season, only to wake up on Christmas morning to find them filled with tiny gifts." But according to Smithsonian, one of the most popular legends about tradition's origins is a tale of a poor widower who worried that he wouldn't be able to marry off his three daughters because of his lack of wealth. And then it says that wandering through a town where the man lived, heard villagers discussing that family's plight. Says he wanted to help them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to see what it explains. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did I go away?
Oh, just a little bit. It was like a little glitchy. I was like,
Oh,
oh
okay.
no.
It says one night he slid down the chimney of his family's house and filled the girls' recently laundered stockings, which happened to be drying by the fire, with gold coins. And then he
Ooh.
disappeared. In the morning, the family found the gifts, and the daughters became eligible to wed.
Wow.
So
Wow.
they said that Christmas was a miracle. Yeah. So it had to do with
Marriage.
marrying his three daughters,
He's like, take them.
right?
And here's some socks.
Here, take them
Right?
and take their stockings. No, just kidding.
Hmm.
I've heard different variations of how stockings became, the tradition. So that's really interesting as well. I know, right, DJ? Interesting. Awesome. Well,
I'm not going to
love
comment.
it. Oh, great. Any more?
Yeah.
Any more? We have time for one more if
Let's
you have
see if
one
there's
more.
anything else that's interesting on here. Let's see. There's a Christmas tree in Spain worth $15 million.
Oh, why? Why?
Like an actual tree?
Wow.
A Christmas tree. Yeah, it says most of us have Christmas decorations that we hold dear sentimental reasons, but the ornaments that adorn the Christmas tree in the
Oh.
Kempinski Hotel in Spain have different type of value. According to CNN, the tree is fested with red, white, pink, and black diamonds, as well
Ooh.
as
Okay.
jewelry from the Bulgari Cartier.
Wow.
Um, and it
That's cool.
says, just for good measure, you'll also find 3D printed chocolate peacock feathers, ostrich eggs, and bottles of perfume on the tree, which is why it's worth a whopping $15 million.
Oh,
Whoa,
okay.
that tree has to be heavily guarded, right? That must be under like
I'm sure.
lock and key, Fort Knox. It's like who goes there?
Right?
Seriously. Oh my gosh. And then now do people have to make reservations to go see this thing or I mean,
No
I
clue.
imagine it must be like an amusement of sorts, right? Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh, how exciting. Is it still, I mean, it's not a one-time thing. It's still in existence. So they put it up every year. I wonder.
I'm sure they do. I mean,
Sounds
it
like it.
doesn't tell me here, but I'm sure they do. I mean, it says, let's see, the last photo taken, let me see, 2019. So
Maybe the pre-pandemic.
maybe it
Yeah,
could be.
interesting. Oh my
So it's still
gosh.
recent.
Yeah,
Hmm.
how pretty. I'd be interested to see a photo of that. Maybe we can like tweet it or share it on Instagram if we can find a photo of that and say this is what we talked about. That'd be lovely to
Right.
see. Awesome. Well, thank you, Wifey, for those fun facts. Always delivers
You're
with
welcome.
nice.
Thanks, wifey.
Love those fun
You're
facts.
welcome.
So fun to read them.
Just found them on the spot.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and do just a quick overview about what the topic subject is. And so, as we mentioned, we are talking about the holidays. You know, with the holidays upon us, we thought it would be fitting to focus this episode on, holidays. Oh, surprise, surprise. We're all from diverse backgrounds where culture and tradition have played a huge role in how we've celebrated the holidays, both in the past and while growing up, and all each respectively. And from that, we've either tweaked or created new traditions we've carried into our adulthood. So today, I thought it would be fun for all of us to share some of those traditions. In addition, we've also invited a few of our friends onto the show where we've asked them to prepare a question about the holidays for us, the panelists, our panels, to answer, and for they themselves to answer. So that will happen in a very short little bit. So stay tuned. And hopefully within the next 20 or so minutes, we'll be able to bring all of them on. But first, we're going to go ahead and start with some of our own questions. So let's start now. We'll take two panelist questions now. So let's go ahead and start with Johnny. Let's go ahead and start with yours. Did I say two? Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead. We'll start with two, and then we'll do the other two. Go ahead, Johnny. Let's hear your question, and so we'll
My questions. Okay,
best.
here we go. So, panelists, what is your funniest holiday story? Just pick one. I'm sure everyone has many. What is your funniest holiday story? We'll start with Riz. Rizaline.
I don't remember if it happened during a holiday, but for the sake of this podcast, we're just gonna pretend that it did. But I just remember like growing up, like we'd have Christmas and like my parents would record on the camcorder, and there was a time I know that there was like a time where like there was my brothers, like they had popcorn or something, and they're twins, so they're like, so imagine
nice.
like two little toddlers, and like one of them had like a bowl of popcorn, and the other one like took it from them, and then my brother started crying. And they're just like little toddlers. I don't know if that happened during the holidays, but I assume we're just gonna pretend it did. But just these two little Filipino toddler kids fighting over a bowl of popcorn. I don't
Aww.
know. It's not. It's just a simple little snapshot that I remember from growing up.
How old were they, would you say?
Um, I mean, they probably were toddlers, so like 3 or 4.
5 or 4.
Yeah,
Aw,
yeah.
that's cute. And how old were you then at the time?
So they're 4 years younger than me,
Mhm.
so I would have been like 8.
Oh, nice. Big sister
Yeah,
watching over
but
them.
they'd gang up on me. That is how it is.
Shame on
They'd
them.
have to. You're so much older. No.
Yeah.
Just want to quickly say hello to Crazy Pac-Man, Onadarian, of course, DJ, and anyone. If we've missed anybody in chat, hello. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. That's an awesome story. All right, wifey. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Wifey.
You can pick.
No,
It's your
it's okay.
question.
No, it's okay. Wifey, same question. What is your funniest holiday story, wifey?
So a story I remember, I must have been maybe like, I don't know, like 7, 8 years old, I want to say, maybe close to my son's age. And I remember we were staying at one of my mom's friend's house, and they had kids, and we grew up together, and so we did that a lot. Spend nights at each other's houses, and so it was Christmas Eve,
Mhm.
and we usually would have this really big party, and all the family got together and whatnot, and that night, a lot of times they would make the kids go to bed early because the adults want to stay up and party and whatnot. So they're like, okay, it's bedtime for the kids. And so, okay, whatever. We were kind of excited because it was Christmas the next day. So, we didn't really like give them much trouble. So we all go to the room and we, lay down on our beds and get all like, ready for bed or whatnot. And so we didn't want to go to sleep. And we're like, we're going to stay up. And so we stayed up, right? We're talking in the room and whispering and whatnot. And so I don't know, maybe about an hour into, us laying there, we decided to get out and we're like, let's go creep and like crawl, like creep around and see what the adults are doing. So we creep around the corner of the wall and we're just like looking. And when we look, we're like, what are they doing? And they're like sitting around on the floor and whatnot. And they were wrapping our gifts. And we're like, what are they
Oh
doing?
my
You
gosh.
got him.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh, you're
That could
so
have went so many
mischievous.
ways. I was like, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
And I
gifts.
was like,
Just gifts.
I'm like, what are they doing? And me and my friend looked at each other. We're like, no. And then
Oh,
we like
Magic
went
is
back to our
ruined.
room
what a
and
way
we're
to
like,
find out,
no.
especially if you didn't
Yes.
know.
No, we
It's just like,
didn't.
oh,
We
I get
didn't.
you right here.
Yeah. And we were like, that's why they wanted us to go to bed.
Yep, yep,
That's
yep.
so funny.
Now, have any of you
Hmm.
guys ever like unwrapped your present and looked at it and then rewrap it? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
No,
I mean, I've
No, but
regifted
I
stuff
do
before.
remember
no.
like tearing a little corner of like one of the gifts, see if I can tell what that was inside the box.
You like shake it.
And then I would turn the present so that like nobody could see the little corner that I tore.
So
That's
funny.
funny.
I would do that. Like I'd be like, let me
Ah.
see if I can guess what's in there, But
Oh, how
yeah.
funny. Oh,
Maybe
great.
shake it. Give
Hmm.
it a good shake.
There
Maybe,
you
maybe,
go. There you
Right?
go. And then the
maybe.
person who gave it to you be like, "No, don't shake it."
Right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but that's what I remember as a kid. I will never forget that
That's
moment,
so cute.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Great
I like
story.
that.
I love these stories. Awesome.
Annie talks.
Oh
What
Lord.
is your funniest holiday story?
Okay, so we have a huge family between my parents. My dad, I
Mhm.
think, had like 10. Wait, I'm trying to think. I believe my mom had 10, and my dad had 9 brothers and sisters.
The number gets bigger every time
It
you
does.
tell the story.
So it was really hard to like to separate and do different family things. But one family in particular, the Aquino family, I probably just called them out. I'm sorry. We would go to my cousin's house in San Diego. Their house was always the place to be in San Diego. We go to my cousin's house in San Diego. We do Christmas presents, and there's always the uncle that would pass out the gifts, and he would always be funny, cracking jokes and
Hmm.
stuff like that, and then shaking and all that kind of stuff. But the fun not only was happening during the time in which we would open the presents, but it was always usually the day after when all the cousins paraded from the start of like the corner of the block, and they would parade all of their things, like literally if they would either hold it in their hands, wear clothes, even
So
wear
cute.
shoes, multiple shoes, and put them on and parade. Look what I got. It was so fun, and the parents would just get a kick out of it. And I just remember my one cousin, he passed away not too long ago, but he was one of my favorite people to parade his stuff, because he would always like be creative and put everything on, like from clothes. It's like the Friends episode when Joey came and wore all of Chandler's clothes at one time. Literally that he would wear all of his clothes that he got that day, like from head to toe, and he wear scarves all the way up here, even pajamas, even socks, socks and underwear. It was so hilarious. Robes. Funny, and that was like a tradition. I don't know how it started, but it did, and then as the kids got older, of course, we tried to get the younger kids, the nieces and nephews to do it. Nobody wanted to do it. It was always the crazy cousins, and we did that for a while. We did that for at least 10 years. Seriously, it was like a lot of fun.
That's
That was
cool.
one of my favorite things to look forward to doing, and it was always so hilarious. So the idea was you better get him something funny or something good, made because he's going to parade it,
That's
so
true.
yeah. And purses. Oh my gosh. I got so many purses and so many robes. I'm like, here's another purse. Here's another robe. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, Johnny, tell us your favorite holiday story.
I want to hear
Um,
this.
I have a lot of memories. The one I remember, I tend to remember stuff when I'm an adult. So when I was about 20 years old, I think my mom and dad were having Thanksgiving. So the whole family came down. My sister came down. I came down. My aunt came all the way from Napa Valley. And
Shout out to your aunt.
shout out to my aunt, right? She's a part of the story. So my aunt comes and she's like, let's make some. I was like 20 at the time, and my sister was about 23. So she's like, let's make some drinks. So my aunt's trying to make drinks, and she's asking for since she lives in Napa, she always brings a lot of wine. So she
Ooh.
was hunting some wine glasses, and my mom's like, "Oh, it might be up there, in that." So my sister's up there digging through it, trying to find it,
Oh my god.
and she drops a champagne glass, and it
Oh
shatters
no!
right in front of my aunt's face,
Oh
and she thinks
no!
there's glass in her eye. This is Thanksgiving Day, okay? So we're like, "Oh
No.
crap! Do you have She's like, do you have glass in your eye?" And she's like, "I don't know. I feel something." And we're just like.
Oh
So she
no.
tried to flush it out, and then she's like, my aunt, she worked for
Mhm.
Kaiser Permanente, like a high level person. So she's like, let's go to the emergency. So my dad takes her to the emergency,
Oh my god!
and I swear they're there all day. We stopped everything because we don't want to start without the family members, right?
Right.
Oh
And
no!
they must have been gone for like 10 hours, right?
Oh
Because you
no!
do not want to get hurt
Oh,
on Thanksgiving. I'll tell you this right now.
oh my goodness. Oh my
So they ended
goodness.
up not being able to see anybody, and they came all the way back, and then we had dinner, and it was nice. But I
Did she
just
really have
remember that
glass in her eye?
Dang.
we don't know. She still might have glass in the eye. Who
Oh
knows?
shoot.
But I never let my
To this
sisters
day.
forget. That's my sister's fault that she dropped
So
the
Oh
champagne
funny.
my
glass,
God.
shatters right in the face of my aunt.
How did your sister feel? Needless to say, needless to ask. Did she
She
feel
didn't
like
know how to feel. She just kind of like, you know,
Dude.
accidents happen, but you know, when
Oh
we're
my
adults, it's
goodness.
not supposed to happen like that. When
Mm-hmm.
we're kids, yeah, you know, kids,
Right.
my kids break stuff left and right, but when you're an adult, right, you're supposed to like be careful. And I just
Supposedly.
remember that one always sticks in my head.
Oh
That
my
incident.
goodness. Well, I'm sure. I hope your aunt is fine now, right?
She's fine. She's fine. This is many
She probably
years
comes
ago.
to you and goes, "Hi,
And
hi, Donnie." No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Donnie, and she's like a little twitch in her eye. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
well, every time she comes now, she wears these like heavy duty goggles.
She stays away
Just
from the
kidding.
glassware.
Just kidding. So instead of
Just
masks and
kidding.
gloves, you'll just go, "Here, aunt. Here, aunt. Here's a goggle for you." Oh my goodness, that's
So
hilarious.
that's one that always sticks in my head. It was just, it was weird because it was a delayed Thanksgiving.
Oh
Usually
no.
everything's kind of stressful because you're trying to get everything
Yeah.
in order.
Yeah.
But this was just like, we didn't know what to do. It's like, what do we do? We're in
Yeah.
a holding pattern. Like the plane can't take off.
Holding
We're in a holding pattern. Whoa, 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 we can't.
Oh my gosh.
So
Now you're like
awkward.
scaring Stone because of you. We have to eat later now.
Scaring stone.
Oh my gosh. Now we don't eat dinner till like midnight. No. I'm just
Oh
Midnight,
no.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay, so
All right. Pass the buck. Who
Um,
you want to choose?
there's two questions, all right? We're gonna ask.
Oh,
Or do you
I
wanna-
think we only have time for our first question. Yeah, and if we
Okay,
have time
that
for
makes
the
sense.
the second set, then
Let's
well,
move
yeah, okay.
to you, Annie.
Oh,
Your questions.
dang it. Okay.
Your question.
My one question. Okay, my one question, and I thought about this long and hard because I was looking at everybody else's questions and I wanted something different. So, my question to all of you is, what is your all-time favorite holiday song and why? Let's start with Wifey,
That's a hard one because I like so many.
right? And you know me, I came from that singing background of Christmas music, so I pretty much sung it
I
all.
know. I really can't really choose, but I can say that what makes me have, I guess, the most memories when I do hear the music is the candlelight processional from Disney, where you have all the
Ooh.
different choirs that go and we sang like I don't know, it's like a 12 or 14 different songs
Ooh,
in the whole, yeah. And we had like
a medley.
uh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we had a usually it was a famous person who would come and do like the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So they would tell a
Wow.
little bit of the story, and then we would break, like kind of like stop and then sing a song and then go back to the story, and like, would continue that way. And the one we had last that I can remember was his name's I can't remember his real name. His name in the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he's the uncle.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Carl, I
yeah.
think his name was in the
Uh-huh.
show.
Yeah.
Bald guy, big guy. Yeah, he was the one that we
Uncle
had
Phil?
as the
Uncle Phil.
narrator. Uncle Phil, right, right, right.
Wow.
Oh.
There you go. He
Mm-hmm.
was our narrator the last time we did it.
Wow.
And those songs, every time I hear them, they just bring back so many memories of that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just such an amazing feeling to be a part of that. We got to go to Epcot Center and sing in front of tons of people. We'd have sometimes multiple shows. We'll have like one during the day and one at night. And it was pretty cool because we would have all these choirs from different high schools come together and sing the same songs, and so they would split us up. So whoever it was, alto, sopranos, whatever, they would, split us up into our groups of people. So you never really stood even next to sometimes people that you even knew. These,
Mm.
would be next to people from other schools, but because if you were altos, then you all had to be together,
Right.
that
Yeah.
type sort of thing. But those songs, every time I hear them, it just brings me back so many memories from singing, and you just feel good, like
Yeah.
entertaining, being on stage and singing songs, and it's not something that I even got like shy or nervous about because you're just with so many people on the stage, so
Right. Right.
Oh
you're not
yeah.
alone. Um, but yeah, the songs from there were amazing that that we got to sing, and we had this full on orchestra in front of
Wow.
us, and just it was just so magical. It was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can't really pick because that's hard, but definitely those songs from there, from the Candlelight Processional was definitely my all-time favorite. And every time I sing them too, it's amazing how even though it's been years and years, like I'll still remember my parts,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
of
right.
the
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
It's crazy how I can still do that. But
Mm-hmm. Muscle
then
memory.
again, I sang it so many times, right? You
Yeah.
sang, we did it in rehearsals, or we did it in we would do our own little winter concerts from school. So we would pick a couple of songs from there and sing them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Awesome.
and then doing it every year, we got to go to Disney and sing. So, and it was always the same songs every year.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those were cool.
Did you say it was high school or middle school or?
High school?
It was high
High
school.
school. Nice.
Oh, cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Disney doesn't disappoint, right? When they put on a show, they
They
put
don't
on a
play. Yeah.
show, right? And
Oh yeah.
and I love how they would have like they would rotate the narrators in. One time I think when we sang, we had Marie Osmond, and she was my idol
Wow.
at the time. I loved her. So
Wow.
yeah, it was really really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who do you want to pick, wifey, to go next with this?
Rizaline.
Okay.
Sure. It's not necessarily my favorite, but I'm gonna say that I do like the song that's like the one about wanting a hippopotamus for Christmas. Cause I like
I want a
hippopotamuses.
hippopotamus for Christmas.
I like hippopotamuses. And it's like, you
Oh
know
my
what?
god.
Hey, I'll just
And the
find a
first time I heard
hippopotamus.
that too, I was like, wait, did they just say hippopotamus?
Right?
It's
Oh
like,
my
just give me a
god.
hippopotamus
Just
for Christmas. Like, that's a vibe. I'm down with that. Go ahead.
I like
They just should
the
get you like a stuffed animal hippopotamus
oh,
and
there
put
you
it under
go.
your tree.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so unique, and she has like her voice, right? Her. I don't think it's ever really been done either, right? Or redone, because you know how all the
Mm-mm.
other songs are like either repurposed or their versions are done by somebody else. I don't think I've ever heard anybody do another version of that song either. So that's
Yeah.
she's got that. I forget who she is, but she's
I
got a.
mean, Google says the song is by Gayla Peavy.
Oh, okay,
Maybe
okay.
that's not, I don't know. I thought it was like Shirley Temple or something, but I
Oh,
guess.
that would make sense.
I guess
That would
not.
make sense. But oh my gosh, interesting choice. I love
I
that.
mean, yeah, it's better than like
That's a good one.
the grandma got run over by a reindeer. I don't need that. We go opposite. That's the all-time like not favorite song.
Right?
I remember the first time I heard that one. I think it was a Hall and Oates thing, and then I was like in front of my TV and I was ready to press record on my VCR because I wanted that song. I wanted the grandma got run over.
Oh, you want it?
I did. I wanted that song. Oh my gosh, what a nerd! But yeah, I love that. So okay, I think I know what to get you then, Rizaline, for Christmas.
Right?
DJ, are
fine.
you listening? Just kidding.
Oh, he's got
Get her real
he
hippopotamus.
has gotten me. He got me like the big, like it's like the size of a body pillow, and it's like a
Oh,
big pink
wow.
hippo.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
Yes,
gosh.
I have.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. I want to see pictures. Okay, post pictures in our group
I
chat
can do
later.
that.
I want to
I can
see.
do that.
Yay, yay. All right, so who do you want to answer now that
Who
question?
who hasn't answered yet?
So it's me or
Johnny.
Johnny?
Oh, Annie.
Ask Annie first because I don't want to
Okay.
steal her answer.
Yeah, go ahead, Annie.
Okay, growing up, as you know, okay, my mom said I was singing Christmas music since I was 2, and then I memorized all of them at 3. So, and then how fitting that I'm singing Christmas caroling at Disney for 10 years and years later. So, growing up, one of my favorite songs that I loved to sing was "Oh Holy Night." It was so absolutely beautiful, and I think that's when I learned, for me, that's when I learned how to like control or do breath control because it was so, you know, it's very it's
Long
if
notes.
if sung, you know, correctly, whatever, then it's a very slow rhythm and whatnot, and then of course, you know, made popular later, years later, by like artists
Mariah
like
Carey.
Mariah Carey. And yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorite versions is when she sang it. But my ultimate favorite song, and I play it today, is I can play it on the piano and I accompany myself, is the Carpenters' Merry Christmas Darling is my very favorite
That's
one.
a cute one.
Yeah, I love it because I love all the chord changes and the chord progressions, and it's just a beautiful song. It's more traditional. It's more, you know, contemporary, rather.
Right.
And I just enjoy it because I feel like, you know, everybody talks about, you know, blue Christmases, you know, yeah. But then this one is like a very intimate sentiment. So Merry Christmas, darling. It's beautiful, right? And whether you're apart or if you're near, it just really, every time it's sung and everywhere we've sung it, like as Christmas carolers, anywhere in the park, anytime we sang it, we would bring tears to, you know, people's eyes. And I'm like, oh
Wow.
my gosh. And then of course, you know, it's contagious. As soon as you see somebody cry, you're like, oh no. And you're, you know, trying to sing and you're crying. And there's something about that song that always brings out the, you know, the romance and the sentiment in people. And I think that's why I like that song so much.
JP says, sing some for us.
Oh, sorry.
No. I'll sing you a little bit, maybe a little bit. Merry Christmas, darling. We're apart, that's true. But I can dream, and in my dreams, I'm Christmasing with you. Okay. Holidays. Okay, yeah. There you go. So yeah, it's one of my favorite songs. It's like I'll usually end a music session with that song because it's like, okay, nothing can follow that. I don't want to sing. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Okay, Johnny, your turn.
You have to sing a sample of it. Of your song.
Hell no. Hell no. Okay, mine. I'm a simple guy. Okay, mine is Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas song.
I just heard that today.
The one about wanting a hula hoop? Or
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Hey, I want
That's
a hula hoop. Yeah,
That's
who
a fun
doesn't
one.
love that? Okay, because if you watch the cartoons, you know they always singing covers, right?
Right,
And this was like a song that was like an original song. At least I thought it was.
right.
and it's just so cute. I mean, how can you not love that?
When
And
he's
then they're fighting.
yeah.
The chipmunks are fighting with each other
Yeah.
during the recording.
Alvin!
It's so realistic, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly how they would do it.
Oh my goodness. Do your kids like that
That's a
song
cute
too, or do
song.
they go like, "Oh my God, Dad"?
Everyone loves that song. Annie, everybody
I
loves
mean,
that
it's
song.
like either you love it or you hate it, kind of.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I love it.
Mhm.
I
I
kind of hate
mean,
it.
yeah.
Just kidding.
I have a follow-up question to these, because speaking of holiday songs, are the any radio stations in your area playing Christmas
Oh,
music already?
yes.
Yep.
Our
So
famous one here in
weird.
Los Angeles is Coast 103. I just gave a plug for you, Coast 103, Coast 103.5.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, they actually just started last week Friday to be clear. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So they just started. Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing
Well,
same
nods
here in
from
Florida
wifey
too.
too.
well, if we're gonna do plugs, Cola 99.9, best station ever.
Oh.
Oh
Cause
yeah,
I,
you gotta think you're in the 80s, okay?
cause I
It's
know
like,
that
whoa,
in
Doc Brown must have did something in my car. I'm in the 80s.
in the Bay Area, usually it's like like Thanksgiving, like midnight, like
Oh,
when it's at the end of
the,
the midnight of the night
yeah,
of Thanksgiving is when they start. But like in the past couple years, I feel like they've been pushing it back. So
they
like
have.
I
Mm-hmm.
think they've been playing Christmas music for like a week, a
Mm-hmm.
couple of weeks now already, which is
Ours
Yeah,
is
crazy.
called Sunny 107.9.
and they're playing Christmas music right now.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yeah.
funny! It's yeah, you're right, Rizaline. There used to be a time where the cutoff, or the at bare minimum, they would play it right after Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
But now
yeah,
you're right. They're like in competition with one another. They're like, oh, well, we're going to play ours in the beginning of November. Some people are playing it at the end of October. And I'm like,
yeah.
wow. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
insane. But do any of you guys get tired of hearing the Christmas music by
I'm
I
like,
get
before
sad when
Christmas?
it ends.
Me too.
oh,
I'm totally that way.
I'm so sad when it ends. Like I love when it starts. I'm like, hey, earlier the better because that means I
Right?
can hear it longer.
Yeah. But what I've done this or last year, not only do I listen to my traditional radio stations that do play the Christmas music, but I now go to like my Spotify or my Pandora, and I actually look for playlists with
mm-hmm.
Christmas music or Christmas collections, because you can find the best collections. Like I did a Christmas, like Motown Christmas, amazing, on Spotify, and I was like,
Oh, that's
this
nice.
is so cool. So like I'll play that now,
Mm.
sometimes rather than my regular radio station. So, and it's
That's nice.
amazing. It's songs that you would never hear versions of, because they don't make it onto the mainstream, or or they're just hidden gems. This is how I find these most beautiful versions of these traditional Christmas songs, and it's so beautiful. I challenge you guys to do that. I welcome you guys to do that. Just go to one of
Yeah,
your favorite platforms, and just
Motown.
and look and search for Christmas music, like jazz Christmas music or Motown or
Yeah,
R&B.
I
It's
like
amazing.
island, like reggae.
Yeah,
That's fun
so
too.
cool.
They need more. They need more Christmas music. If I had a complaint, there's not enough Christmas, like
Yeah.
original Christmas songs.
See, and that's what I'm
You know,
True.
saying. If
it's
you go
just
to one of these, these
yeah.
playlist platforms, you'll find so much more than you hear on the radio. I guarantee you, and you're gonna be
Yeah.
blown away. You'll be like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it's beautiful. So I challenge you guys to do that, and I think you'll be introduced to a whole new world of Christmas music that you've probably never heard of, and I look forward to doing it again this year. So.
Did we already
Okay.
mention some of the ones that were in the chat? DJB said Mary's Boy Child by Boney M. That one
Oh,
has like a kind of islandy-ish sound too.
nice.
Uh, someone said,
Those are what I
And
picked.
Voodoo
someone said,
said he sang or he remembers singing "This Christmas" a song
Oh,
in the
there you
yeah,
choir.
go. Okay. Cool,
Is that the
cool.
Dorothy or Donny Hathaway one? I'm assuming. Or
yeah,
This
yeah.
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dun,
I
dun,
think.
Okay.
dun, 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 dun,
And
dun,
then Brandon
dun,
says
dun, dun,
rocking around the
dun.
Christmas tree.
There you
Oh
go. There
yeah,
you go.
that
That's
one is one of my
awesome.
favorite.
Laughing
Jingle
Shade
Yeah.
says
Rock.
they're over All I Want for Christmas by Mariah.
Oh, that's
She makes most of her money during this time, you guys. Shoot, she's,
Yeah, this is when
Did you
Yep.
do you guys remember seeing her when she did the was it Christmas Day or the New Year's, where her setup, her live setup just went out on her,
that sounds
Oh
familiar.
and then people
no.
were ridiculing her, and it's like I thought I mean, yeah, it was terrible, but like things happen, right? It's
Oh
like she's
no.
still, anyways.
That's so funny.
Well, thanks everybody. Love all these lovely all your lovely answers. And again, Christmas music will be with us for a while now, so
Yeah.
we're already in the thick of it.
Annie's
so.
called you out. Make your playlist. Answer the gauntlet.
Make your playlist. Share your playlist.
Share your playlist. Make it, share
Make
it,
it,
love
share
it, live it.
All right, now we are going to actually turn to some of our guests. So we're going to drag them in. I hate to say it that way, but we're going to actually include our guests into this segment. So let's and then I actually want to invite Hi Bye too, who is one of our mods, or as I call him, our mod extraordinaire. I would love for him to join us as well if he's willing. But the rest of you guys, I will drag you into our chat right now. So give me just a second. I will bring you in one at a time.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I'll also mention that it's interesting with Christmas that like this is the one time that a lot of people are singing kind of like religious songs, like they're like talking about Jesus and like him being bored and stuff. It's like I don't know, like it's interesting. Where it's like that's okay, because sometimes religious stuff gets kind of not in my territory, but for this season, like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at
Awesome.
everybody.
Look
It's
at
a
all
party.
these
Man, we
beautiful
are packed.
Everybody.
people.
How's everybody doing?
That's so
Hey
exciting.
everyone.
Please in.
Hey,
What's up, MixTalkLive? How y'all doing?
does anybody know where Hi Bye is? I'd love for him to be involved if he's available. If
He hasn't
said
been
hi and he said
online, as far as I know.
No, he wasn't in the sound room or the waiting room at the time.
No, I haven't seen him.
Nope. That is a negatory.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm so happy that you guys accepted our invitation to be guests on our show.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
thank you for inviting
course.
us.
We
Thank
should
you.
come do this. I was like, you want my ghetto ass on this show?
Yes, we do.
He's like, you wanted me on here?
All right.
I ain't camera friendly, all right?
Oh my
That's
This,
goodness.
this ugly
I
face.
had, to I had to tell Annie, I was like, y'all know how I act when the cameras aren't rolling.
Oh
Rolling,
no.
I don't act any different. So just know if some shit goes down,
Oh, it's
you
all
won't
good.
know this.
They don't call you hot pink shade for nothing.
That's right.
Uh,
And it's a free for all. Feel free to speak your mind. We're all good. See, there's no judgment here. We welcome everybody. So speaking of which, okay, I would actually like to go around the room and introduce all of you guys separately. So here's your 15 seconds of fame. So give us a little bit of introduce yourself, and then tell us, how, if you're a streamer, just whatever you want to plug here. So your 15 seconds of plugging your information here. Let's start with Crazy Pac-Man, and then we'll go around the room.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey guys. Anyways, I'm Crazy Pac-Man. I am one of many Twitch streamers, Twitch variety streamers. I stream retro games. I also stream the current games as well. I also do music streams where I play my guitar, and I also do IRL streams whenever I'm not doing anything, non-gaming. Just either if I'm out and about or if I'm doing like a mukbang stream in front of everybody. So just a live mukbang stream. But anyways, but outside of streaming, I'm an aspiring engineer, and currently I'm working at a fulfillment center, which we produce those little boxes with the little smiles to everybody. So I'm gonna just have to
Wow, you
put
said
it out there.
that.
So,
Ah, gotcha.
but yes, that's about all for me there.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We're so happy you're here. We can't wait for
Yeah,
can't
I'm glad
wait
to be here.
Thank you. Can't wait for your question, but we'll go. Let's do more introductions, and then we'll go back to the questions. Okay. Next on the docket is Voodoo.
So yeah, I'm Voodoo. You can call me Voo if you want.
Voodoo.
Voodoo is what People call me. I stream on Twitch, Voodoo781. That's also my handle for Twitter and Instagram. I'm a variety streamer, but I mostly focus on Nintendo. So you'll see me playing a lot of Pokemon. Lately, I've been on Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Unite. Outside of that, I don't really do anything other than sleep and eat and work.
Awesome.
Respect the hustle.
Let's get some shout outs in here if that's okay. Let's quickly hear. I'll do some
Yeah, I
shout
think
outs.
DJB in the chat is getting the
Oh,
shout
good.
outs,
Thank you,
so-
you guys. I really appreciate it. I forget like sometimes to do things so thank you for being on top of that. Awesome. All right.
Sure.
Next on the docket, we have Brandon.
All right, so hello everybody. My name is Brandon. I do stream on Twitch under Brandon Guerrero 97. That's pretty much my handle on pretty much everywhere. I do have a social media handle here on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and all that fun stuff. I'm a New York City-based retro streamer. I do play games that involve blasting space bugs, speeding down the highways and byways at ridiculous speeds, fighting for ultimate supremacy, and solving complex puzzles. And when I'm not playing those type of games and just grinding them for obvious reasons, I do build Gunpla every once in a while. So
He is
nice.
ready.
Gundam, yeah.
Gundam.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
I used to work for Bandai and we had all the Gundam figures. Dang it. I would have,
Oh.
if I worked there, I'd be like, here.
Can you get me the Digimons?
I don't work there anymore.
I wonder why. I wonder. That's why, Andy.
No.
You're just giving things away.
Well, welcome, Brandon. Thank you so much for being here. Can't wait for your air question in a little bit. But thank you. And last but certainly not least, our lovely hot pink shade.
Hi. My name is hey. I am Hot Pink Shade. My pronouns are they, them. I am the resident drag queen of the group of friends here. I want to say a variety streamer, but Lord knows I'd be a fucking liar. So basically, I stream a lot of League of Legends, a lot of Valorant, a little bit of Divinity 2. I just got Ruin King, a League of Legends story. Someone would be streaming that. And on Twitch, you can usually catch me talking shit and screaming at the top of my lungs at anybody who pisses me off because, us
Can't
pigs,
confirm.
especially like me, fuck off you. That's what I do.
Exactly.
And then when I'm not streaming, when I'm not at home gaming, I am usually go dancing somewhere or working one of my muggle jobs or yeah,
There you go.
or doing drag. Just like Brandon, my handle fucking everywhere is Hot Pink Shade. It is actually my drag name. So it's not, at this point, it's not even a fucking name. Like, it's a brand.
There you go.
'Cause, like,
Brand yourself.
Like
There
on
you
a
go.
stream,
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
on a stream, you could just put Hot Pink Shade in the freaking corner and then have every freaking social media like icon underneath.
Perfect.
It's just like if you want to find me anywhere, that's it. So, yeah.
Awesome. We're so
Just
happy you're
Google it.
here. We're so happy. Yeah, right? You'll have their face right here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do one side like this and the other side like this.
Well, we're happy you're here. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. We're actually going to go in this order, so if that's okay with you guys. So we'll start with Crazy Pac-Man, and then the idea is for all of us to, take some time to answer the question. So, and then what we'll do is we'll just kind of do like a popcorn thing where. Crazy Pac-Man, you ask a question and then you pick the first person to answer, and then that next person will pick the next person, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds fine.
Cool.
We're gonna try our best.
Yes.
All right. So my question is for the person I'm going to ask. Well, the question first it'll be, what does this holiday season mean to you? And I'll go alphabetical order. Johnny.
Oh, by the way,
What does
sorry.
this holiday?
Real quick,
Okay.
I'm sorry. We're only going to have time for one question, so pick your
Okay.
pick your number one choice or first choice or number one question. Sound good? Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Johnny.
That is actually my number one question.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go with that.
Okay. So, what does this holiday season mean to me? Right. That's a question.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It's a good question, actually.
Stumped
You know what?
you.
Holidays
Pageant question.
for me and my family, my immediate family, the holidays was always something really, really important. No matter what, like Thanksgiving was probably the most important holiday
Oh,
for
wow.
my whole family because everyone would come, everyone. And as a kid, you don't realize things that, they're cooking. That's how they show their love. They get together, they cook, they prepare, they share stories, they get drunk, and it's like as an adult to experience the same kind of thing. Um, that's what I'm the most thankful for is that I have kids that I can bring up with the same traditions, show them the same kind of family community, um, laughter, food. I love to cook for my kids. I'm not bragging or anything, but I cook
But you're
pretty
bragging.
damn good. Okay, and
Tell me you're flexing without telling me.
Okay. I know.
I don't
gotta
mean to
see-
toot my own horn, but here I go.
I gotta see to believe.
So,
Child,
I gotta see to believe.
Toot your own horn. Your horn broke.
Oh my goodness.
I think just primarily for me to be able to pass on those traditions that I grew up with to my kids, and hopefully when I'm dead and I'm gone or whatever, they can do the same for their families. That I think that's what's most important to me is what I learned growing up. I can pass on to my kids. So
Awesome.
that's what I'm thankful for my health, for my children, and for my traditions.
There you go. Yay, in that order.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, you get to pick the next person to answer then, Johnny.
Me?
Yeah.
Wifey loves nerd.
Hey.
All right, well, for me, I've got to say it all comes down to family, my kids. The holidays to us is very special, especially now that I'm back with my family that I wasn't before. I was, in Texas due to the military, so we didn't have anyone. And, the friends that we did have, they go off with their own families. So, I would always be like watching my family on FaceTime or, Messenger and seeing everybody together. And even though it was like so, near and dear to me because I do like that they are all together. But of course, I was like, I'm missing. I need to be there. So, um, and even still this year, my family's going to be gone. They're all going to Cancun, which whatever.
Wow.
Wow. Without you?
That's fun.
Without
Dang.
me, it was something they planned way back when.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, well, for my birthday, since it's really close to Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm doing a Christmas birthday because I want that whole tradition that we normally do on Christmas Eve, where our family gets together and we party it up, I guess, and
Right.
have fun and spend that time together. Um, we usually do get around the table, Thanksgiving especially, we all tell each other, what we're grateful for. And, we do a little prayer within our little family and then we have, a really good time. And so I'm really grateful that I'm back and that I'm able to do that and I'm able to be with the family again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it means to me. I mean, it's just about being together. And, I feel like too, in our family, a lot of times, life is life. Things happen and we do our own things and we get, crazy and work and this and that everyday life. Um, and sometimes, we kind of forget. And so with the holidays, everybody just gets together and it's like, you know, we kind of forget, it's kind of like that escape with everything else that's going on and
Right.
just enjoy each other's company. So yeah, I'm very excited. I can't wait to spend that time
Yay.
with them.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right.
All right, wifey, you get to pick.
I pick Hopping Shade.
Yay.
It's like in school.
From one wifey to another. All right.
There you go.
Y'all know there's gonna be that one bitch of the motherfucking group, and
Oh.
that's me. For me, I'm excited, obviously, to go be with family and whatnot, but in a bit of a different sense. I do have family members that celebrate Kwanzaa. I have family members that celebrate Hanukkah. I have family members that celebrate so many different things that for me, what I'm excited about is yes, seeing all my cousins now that COVID is things are starting to open up and we're in a
Yeah.
post-pandemic stage right now. Being around loved ones is definitely something I look forward to. However, I'm also looking forward to dismantling the whole Thanksgiving bullshit diaspora that that we were fed as kids. With the whole Christopher Columbus bullshit and yada yada yada. I'm really excited that me and a couple of my cousins who think the exact same way that I do, which when I tell y'all it threw me, bitch, I was a motherfucking child. I thought it was football. I thought it was Super Bowl Sunday, bitch. They threw me. I was not prepared. I did not realize a couple of my cousins thought the exact same way that I did.
There you
So
go.
we're excited to really break down the fact that Thanksgiving, no, we call it as it is. We already call it Turkey Day. Two,
Right.
there doesn't need to be some kind of holiday to want to get together and spend with your family. Sure, it's great that the government recognizes this as a time to, you know, if you have to work during this time, you get paid more. But for the most part, people are designated this time off for their families, which is great. But we're really excited to teach the younger generation in our family that yes, this is a time to get together and celebrate whatever it is we believe in. But at the same time, we don't need this holiday to get together as a family. We don't need 4th of July. We don't need
Right.
Christmas. If you want to go out and buy somebody a gift, damn it, so what if it's not a Christmas sale? Go out and buy somebody a fucking gift. The bitch got straight A's in motherfucking calculus, and the bitch can, like me, can barely spell calculus. Go get her a damn present and go cook
I
some
got straight
dinner.
A's. Can you get me a gift?
You have the gift of my friendship, all right?
There you
Yeah,
go.
all right.
That is a gift.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I'm really excited for, and then to be able to celebrate Hanukkah for the first time
That's
Oh,
with
cool, yeah.
my
nice.
cousin's husband, to be able to really introduce what it is to celebrate Kwanzaa to some of my family that is not African American.
Right.
There's just so many different things that's going to be a first. There's so many learning experiences that we get to have, like so many really bad barriers and bad, as we call it, bad traditions to start breaking with
There
the
you
young
go.
ones in our family. And to
Yeah.
be able to do it as a group
Good.
and as a family is just like, it just
Collectively.
hits different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
it's a good motherfucking like reason to tell people, you know what, Black Friday is right around the corner. I didn't slap you for calling me stupid, so go get me some. Oh,
Here's my
Awesome.
wish list.
Here's your wish.
there you go.
Awesome. Well, good
And
answer. Good answer.
since you think you thought you was gonna be so quiet, Brandon.
Oh.
Damn. Call him out.
I sure did. What? Brandon, your turn.
I guess it's Brandon's turn then.
Okay. What was the question again?
What's the question?
What does it mean to
Pac-Man?
you?
Yeah.
Why?
What's the holidays mean to
Why?
you?
Hello.
Oh yes. The question. Oh, my bad. So basically, the question is, what does the holiday season mean to you?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah.
What else? I'm kind of also I'm kind of ripping a page off of Mr. Rico over here, but I do think it's all about family. I think I consider it more of Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's a good question. Forgive me if I pause. If I give
No,
me
take your time.
pause,
Take your time.
If I pause
Yeah,
every
definitely.
now and then, but
This question's meant to be that deep, so so
We're just jumping
yeah,
in.
yeah, just jump in. Just whatever you feel, just take your time with it.
I think the holidays to me is really more of a way to fortify unity, and I mean unity in a sense of I think beyond like family, or in my eyes, I think people that you look up to in a big way, like family. And I feel I'm very blessed to have known a lot of people. This past year, I feel I've had an opportunity to know a lot of wonderful people. I mean, and to still have people that are still with me in my life, besides my mom and stuff like that, and my mom most especially because I'm gonna tell y'all something. My mom is a warrior.
Mm.
She
Oh,
is
There you
she's been through the ringer with so many health issues. We're talking she battled breast cancer and beaten
Mm.
it this year.
Wow.
Wow.
She's
Yay.
undergoing a battle with
Congrats.
oh shoot, what's that thing called? Sclerosis.
Okay.
oh
She's
wow.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
fighting sclerosis, but she's still holding on, and then just a boatload of other things that is going on with her, and just discretions within the family that are causing her to that's really debilitating for her. But through all of that, she's still here, and I'm very grateful for that. And that's on the family side. And now the other family side that I want to sort of also touch on is the people that I've met that I hold a very high standard on. And I really got to throw a huge thank you to. I mean, I don't know if it's okay if we can, if I request that someone drop a shout out to Solo Raven,
Oh yeah.
if we don't mind, because she has just been an absolutely wonderful person. Her and her community have really enabled me. I hold very near and dear to my heart, and I feel through her and just meeting just so many awesome people on Twitch, like some people that she may know, and you guys, like being here, I feel very blessed to be able to get to know you guys and to call you guys my friends,
Of course.
and to be able to have the opportunity to develop such a deep connection with a great many of you to the point where I almost feel comfortable enough calling you my family.
Aw.
Like,
Yay.
I feel I've developed that type of trust to be able to talk about anything and everything, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
yeah.
Well, we're
So
here
that
for
to me
you.
is what's up.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
That really means a lot hearing that from you. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what the holidays to me really means. I think it's more just unity, but I think it's unity beyond your blood, beyond family. Like this family right here. These guys, like you guys here tonight, this family, this is what I'm talking about.
Nice. Well, I love your answer. It's
Great.
beautiful. So go ahead and tag somebody. Who do you want to answer now?
Let's see. Rizaline, how about you speak up? Spill
Did you
it.
say me?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of a lot of the same things that everyone's talking about. Like, especially just because this is probably the first time that a lot of us are able to like see friends and family
Mhm.
more. So I am definitely looking forward to that. I know for us, like it's already been busy. Um I like earlier this month, we got to hang out with Johnny and Annie and Pac-Man like in person. Like earlier this month was like the first time I saw Annie in real life, even though like we've been doing all this for like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we've been able to like meet up with a lot of people through Twitch. So it's like, and so it's kind of like this whole month has been like a bit of a friendsgiving.
Yeah.
But
Good answer.
yeah, and the holidays is definitely the time to like appreciate family and to like appreciate those who have gone before us. And just to it's also the time to like kind of, hopefully, like for people to just kind of be nicer to each other, not like hope. I mean, that's the hope, because who knows what's going to happen when it's Thanksgiving or Christmas and we're with our families and whatever people bring up. But hopefully, it's just people being kind and
Right.
and caring and like not trying to be divisive and stuff and to just talk about or just about the things that are important. So
Child, I wish you was over here during my motherfucking turkey days, girl.
I know. Have her in your pocket.
Rizalina would have got Rizaline would have kept me in line because y'all know those Thanksgiving clapbacks that y'all see on Instagram.
Yes.
That is my life.
Oh my goodness.
No,
to
yeah,
have-
Yeah,
you
no,
need
I
to-
may need to borrow her.
You need to have her on speed dial. Just
No,
kidding.
no, I get it. It
Hey,
gets.
call
I mean,
Rizaline.
like the holiday season, like after the last election in like 2016, like I heard so many stories of like families having separate Thanksgivings and
Oh,
Christmases. And
no.
it's like, oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Ooh,
But
not good. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, I just hope everyone's safe and
Mhm.
like that things don't get too bad because we're still in a it's still in a pandemic and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, there you go.
Who did not answer yet? I think
Mm.
Voodoo didn't answer yet.
Voodoo didn't.
Voodoo,
Of
what
course.
does the holiday
Uh,
season mean to you?
As a kid growing up, I didn't appreciate it as much. I didn't want to spend as much time with family because I was with them all the time. You're a kid, you can't really go out as much. But now that I'm an adult and I've moved out several times, it's really been such a blessing to be able to even go see them and um, being able to connect with them on a deeper level because we're all adults.
Mhm.
We have a better understanding of our flaws, our habits, and stuff like that. Um, my mom is getting older and she's not able to move around as easily. She had surgery on her knees when I was still like 8 or 9 years old, so progressively it's gotten worse. Um, and now it's gotten to the point where she doesn't even do most of the cooking anymore. My brother does all the cooking, and we are basically he doesn't work a normal job anymore. He is now the primary caretaker
Oh, wow.
of my
Mhm.
mom. So all three of me and my three brothers. I have four brothers. Sorry, I have three brothers, but two of them live with my mom. I live with my other brother, even though he moved out.
What? Wait, what?
So this is my oldest brother's house that my dad bought for us,
Mm.
but he moved out to live with his girlfriend.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have most of this house or the basement alone.
Interesting.
He's got the run of the house,
but-
y'all. Party at Voodoo's
Yeah.
house.
I wish.
You was speaking my motherfucking mind.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's been really nice to be able to go and help my brother cook, come up with ideas for the to do stuff together as a family, and just change our traditions up. Um,
There you
and
go.
we're not just doing just turkey
Right.
or all the big stuff, but I think we're doing a shepherd's pie.
Wow.
My brother's girlfriend is doing like some sort of pot roast or whatever. But
Ooh.
yeah, it's a lot different as an adult.
Yeah.
And especially with this post-pandemic or even during the pandemic, it was couldn't go see friends, couldn't go see family as easily. And now it's like through that all of that, I've come to gain a new family with you guys. And
Ah.
Yay.
on Twitch and this whole community, and it's just like even post TwitchCon, all those people that I've met and that I've connected with, it's been amazing to be able to see how much people care, even if you don't talk for like months.
Right. It's like you pick up where you left off. Right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
basically.
So all about changing it up a little bit for you, and
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I think I'm the only one that didn't answer, right?
Besides Pac-Man, but yeah.
Pac-Man too.
Oh, Pac-Man. Okay. All right. Let me quickly answer. So in the next round, if in the interest of time, I just want to just speed it up just a tiny little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. I know it depends on you
Gentle
guys
nudge.
because I don't want you guys to feel like we're rushing you, but at the same time, I want to be sensitive of your time. So if you're all in this for the long haul, then all good. Just wanted to
I'm
make
here.
sure. Okay. Cool.
I'm staying. Yeah.
I'm
no
here.
problem.
Nice.
Oh, yes, this is
I'm chilling.
this
I'm big
this
chilling.
family dynamic that we kind of built especially for this specific episode of this podcast. I think all of us are like, you know what? we just going. I don't want to say take our time, but this is one that's gonna have some TLC to it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I like that
Mm-hmm.
TLC. All right, so let me tell you a little bit of what this holiday means to me because oh gosh. For me, this was a kind of an abbreviated year, so to speak, because I had to go move with my daughter. We had to like basically just give up our quote unquote lives to move in with her, save money, and I took care of her baby as much as I could, but then I didn't because they different ways how they want to raise her. So I just it was a time for me to be able to sit back and kind of observe, but at the same time, like I knew I needed it to get out and experience life again on my own or into a new home. So this time of year right now, right in this given present moment of time is a time for me to reflect, to really slow down and to reflect. Because now in retrospect, I think about, well, what have I done for the whole year? Honestly, not a lot, but at the same time, a lot. But at the same time, wait, really? I have to reflect
Right.
because I have to see, you kind of have to
Yeah.
know where you came from in order to know where you're going. That's why I have to see. I have to really look back and see what I did over the course of the year, and then where do I want to go? Am I stagnant? Am I happy? Am I this? Am I that? Am I that? Or it's a time for me to kind of take inventory, not so much on my own life, but like on have I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in this year? Did I have a goal? Did I have this? So right now for me it's being reflecting, or it's reflecting on over the course of the year and know how I want to proceed for next year, or what do I need to change for next year, or even like, my goodness, I finally touched base with an old friend of mine from high school, and we talk almost not every day, but we talk every other day kind of thing. And she was my neighborhood friend who lived like 2 doors down from me, and to this day we can laugh and just giggle over how we grew up, and she has the same mannerisms as me. So guess what, you guys, there's 2 of me. And she is funny. She's a hoot. So it's I think for me, time to reconnect, time to reflect, even time to kind of just do personal inventory on me. So I think that's as selfish as it sounds, because no one else is going to do it. I have to do it. So I have to kind of reflect on who am I and am I being the best version of who I want to be, and also making sure that I don't lose those connections with people that are near and dear to my heart, like my family, which I know that, we had a family outing in Vegas in July. So now we're planning for, next year. We're planning for a February, thing. So things like that. So never losing heart and never losing touch, never losing connection, never losing sight, never losing, or the memories, and always wanting to create new ones. So it's time for me to do inventory, self-inventory. So that's what this holiday means to me.
Nice.
Pac-Man, your
Very
turn.
well said.
Oh,
All right,
thank
all those answers were incredible. Actually, especially everybody mentioned about family. Of course, family. Holidays is all about family. You know what I mean? And your loved ones, your significant other. But yes, it's also the reason why I asked this question, because I kind of have a soft spot for the holiday season, and I just wanted to see like what it meant to everybody. I mean, like, what is it inside you that makes this holiday season special? Now, just to kind of forward with this, I'm going to give you a little background. Like, just to backtrack, somebody asked on the panel like what their favorite song was, right? Their favorite Christmas song.
Oh, he's gonna sing.
Right.
For me, no, it's gonna be a long one. No, but
He has a guitar in the background.
well, if I have to learn it first. But anyway, I'm still beginning. But my favorite Christmas song is 12 Days of Christmas.
Really? Really? You see all
and
12?
hey, but there's a little significance to that because 12 days before Christmas is my birthday. So I'm like, what are the odds? Like 12
Right.
days
Like,
after it's my birthday, and like,
it's
I mean,
like
it's
you're
Christmas after
strong.
my
What a
birthday.
plug.
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, just a little background there, how special these holidays are to me.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. You party you with your birthday like a damn drag queen.
There you-
Yep, these next 12 days.
There you go.
Well,
From
low
my
key.
birthday
Low
to
key, low key.
Christmas,
Low
y'all
key.
gotta give
He's
me
a low
a
key.
present
But
every day.
There you go.
But-
There you go.
But it's really interesting, like, because my answer is kind of like a little combination of everybody's answers. It's like, for me, it's more like a self-reflection. Of course, I love my family. I love spending time with my family. I mean, that's what holidays are all about. Just hanging out with family. Just taking your time off of like all the busy and the busy life. Outside of the house, you actually spend time with family, having, making dinner or just spending time with each other or just spending time with other people. That's kind of like outside of your circle, but getting to know them like we're doing right now,
Yeah.
and also like just making sure that, we take advantage of the time that we have with some of our loved ones who may not have enough time on this world. You know what I mean? Our grandparents, or our elders. It's a great time to actually spend quality time with them. I mean, like Shade says, it shouldn't be just this holiday season. It should be every day. It should be that everyday kind of deal. See?
Every opportunity. Yep.
Yeah,
Seize
but
the day, seize the moment. Yeah.
exactly. So I mean, with that said, I mean, like, also, what really ignites that is within us. Like, for me, the holidays bring me peace. I'm more peaceful,
Good for you, because it's
and
a busy,
outs.
stressful time.
Lucky
Yeah.
ass.
Right?
Yes, for
It's not
You're
peaceful.
the only one.
You know,
I know we try to bring more.
speak for-
It's more peaceful than any other day. You know what I mean? Not
you
to
know,
say that, but
I think I speak for everybody when I say you lucky bastard.
yes.
Right?
Yes, you know what? Yes, Shade. Yes, you're right. I'm lucky and I'm blessed.
There you
Lucky and
go.
blessed.
There you go.
Lucky and blessed.
There
You
you
know.
go.
Everybody sitting
Um,
over here getting half a head of gray hair, and you over here like,
Hey, I don't know. I'm just about to begin some. I don't even know if I have or not, but
Oh, snap.
but anyway,
I'm still
like,
young. I'm still young.
hey, hey, just enjoy it though. Enjoy it definitely.
Yeah, right.
But like I
Awesome.
said before, like it brings a soft spot to me because, like, to me, like, it kind of brings my defenses down because your everyday thing, like, for example, if you see somebody who needs help, like just sitting there on the sidewalk and needs change, normally, we have to be honest, sometimes we don't give in. But
Of course.
at this time of year, you kind of have to get your defenses down because not a lot of people are as lucky as lucky and blessed as we all are. So
Yeah.
we have to give them an opportunity, just to make their days a little better,
Mhm.
and also for optimism, like this whole, like, with everything, or even again our busy days, and especially the pandemic, like, this is kind of like our thing where it gives us more optimism to what this year brought us and what the next year will bring. We just have to kind of keep that optimism up with that, and that's what the holidays mean to me, is the optimism for what's about to come about.
Awesome. So there is greater good in the
And
rest of this world,
yes,
y'all. Okay.
yes, I mean, like,
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna
I
hope
say,
so.
I mean, like, I don't want to be like a Hallmark card. I mean,
Oh.
I'm probably already there, Shade. I'm sorry, but anyway, like, it's just, I just believe that there's always good in every one of us. It's just there's certain days that it brings us it brings the good out of us, and usually the holidays is what does that. And yeah, I mean, it's just all about just being happy, being optimistic, bringing hope, and just be generous.
Awesome.
That's my time.
All right,
If you want to be
y'all.
a Hallmark card, I can write a poem for you.
There you go. Oh gosh, here we go.
Could it be in form of a
Wow.
song, please? Okay.
I'm
Little-
not good at lyrical songs.
He's just poetry.
Before y'all two
I'm just a
clowns
poem.
get
I'm just a
going,
poem.
Annie, what was you gonna say?
I was gonna say we're gonna
Good.
move
Ooh, I
on,
can't.
but if anybody needs to take a bio break, and now is the time to do it because I actually need to get up and take a quick break. So, but feel free to talk
Same.
among yourself if you'd like. But I will be. I shall be right back. Quick break.
Do we want to do another question?
Well, okay, let's do that.
Well,
We're
I
actually.
was the next question.
Yeah.
I think I'm the next question, but
Okay.
I also need to use the bathroom. So.
Okay, so let's take a quick break, y'all. Okay, be right
So
back.
then, while y'all two are gone,
Mm.
Brandon, me, and Wide Rizaline, can y'all, like, as an idea, I guess, maybe pose a question to us that y'all discussed when we weren't in
Yeah,
chat?
yeah. Okay.
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 right back, you guys.
Okay. I mean, the questions that we talked about earlier was like the all-time favorite holiday song and also a funny holiday story. So, if anyone had one of those, here, let me put it.
I answered mine already, so y'all could go.
Brandon, I'm gonna give the floor to you because we talk a lot. You clearly don't. So go on.
I mean, the story, I can't really definitively answer that because I never really had one, honestly.
A favorite song?
A favorite song or a funny story?
A funny story. Like favorite song I answered, but I'll say it again. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Back when I was in like third grade, I did a show, a Christmas show, and we did sort of like an elf workshop type thing. Like when the boss was there, we would be working, and then Rocking Around the Christmas Tree was playing in the background. And then like that sticks to me. That's like a really nice song, a nice way for me to get to like a vibe real quick for the fifth season. I hear that sticks with me through third grade, and then I heard that a lot in like the years preceding it.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. The other question was the icebreaker question was if money were no object, where would you want to spend the winter holidays? So that's
Anywhere but fucking here, shit. When I tell you I'm over it with this cold and this rain and this about to be snow. Look. When I tell you I'm done, I am done. DONN, done. I have had it. Black
Done.
people ain't built for snow. We don't do this shit. Hell no. I don't want to. It's honestly, I have this thing with snow. Like, if I really wanted to look at it that bad, I will pull up a picture of Mount Rainier on YouTube, and then just on one tab, and then another tab, just have a Christmas song playing. Because you know what?
hold an
Fuck
ice
all
cream.
this. Right. I'm just going to take a whole ice tray, dump it in a bowl, smash that shit up. I'm going to go outside, throw it up above me, let it fall. Ooh, it's snowing. And I'm going to go back.
Oh my god, good one. All right, are we all back? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. All
Yes,
right.
Voodoo has a blanket. He is cozy.
Oh, there you go.
I'm trying to stay
Like-
warm.
Rizaline.
Oh my goodness. All right,
Yeah, because
let me turn this music down, y'all. So
I'm in the basement, which does not have good insulation,
yeah.
electricity, heat, so I don't want to waste that.
there you go. Okay, let's move on with Voodoo's question now. So next after Voodoo is Brandon and then Shade. Yeah.
So
No,
Okay.
wait.
Sure.
Voodoo, Brandon, me.
Yes.
Yeah.
so how many of you guys are immigrants?
Not me personally.
Me?
My parents.
So
Are we talking
both-
planetary?
Oh God.
All right.
most of us are probably first generation or second generation Americans, right?
Yes.
I'm
Okay, so-
up in the air on mine, actually.
Well, we all come from different cultures,
Right.
and we all celebrate different holidays. What is some of the differences between these traditional American holidays versus what you might celebrate in your native country?
Ooh.
Ooh, okay,
Who are you
dang
gonna
it.
pick?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna. I'll ask Annie.
Oh dang it! I was like, I need more time. Okay.
I can.
So, what are some of our what's different that we do in American holiday versus is that what you're saying?
Our own culture.
Versus your native country.
Well,
And what did your family have to do to
Yeah.
assimilate?
If any.
If
well,
any,
if
yeah.
anything, I
any,
would
Annie.
say the food is different.
Mm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
definitely the
Yeah.
food. American style holidays, like let's say Thanksgiving, for instance. Of course, we will adopt the turkey tradition and then the yams and all that. But then at least in the Filipino culture, it's not a holiday unless you have lumpia or pancit or any of
Mm-hmm.
that, right? So, and that's not
Or
just
the
for
pig.
or the pig, or it's not just the holiday, it's for everything throughout the
Yeah,
year, for all birthdays, for everything, right? Any kind of chance to get together. So I would like to say maybe the food is definitely something that is different versus the traditional American culture, plus the desserts, right? um you know and we're sometimes, when we try to have like get-togethers, funny when we try to have get-togethers, and we invite my mom, the first thing she says is, what kind of food? And I'm like, dang it. Well, the chips, that's it, chips. And we try to tell her, okay, burgers, whatever it is, and she's like, that's it, burgers. How about no lumpia? And then she'll throw in all these other different things. So and to her, it's because she's bringing that part of her culture that she grew up with, so, and she's trying to instill it in us. So I think that, to me, is always going to be the difference, the definite well, yeah, the definite difference between the two. So yeah. All right, let me see. I shall pick Shade.
I was hoping to go last because I talk too much. You know what? I love y'all. Can I make a request? Just pick me last from now on because I talk way too damn much.
Well, okay, but not for this question. You have to answer this one now. So,
Okay, for
okay.
this, all right. I think it's the music that we listen to
Okay.
is just I can't go through one holiday season without crying because we listen to a lot of Native Hawaiian music, a lot of traditional Hawaiian music.
Wow.
And then what really gets me is that the thing I hate about the holidays is my grandma's not here.
Oh,
She passed away when I was young.
sorry.
Every family get together. And to her, especially when it came to food and music, a family get together was her and two other people, and boom.
Right.
She would sit and literally like all of the kids could be doped up on all of the sugar in the house. But the moment she got a hold of that ukulele and started singing and playing with some of my uncles and my aunties, oh, you couldn't tell us kids nothing. Santa's outside. Yeah, tell that white motherfucker I'll be back. The Easter Bunny's outside. All right, leave my chocolate by the door. The Tooth Fairy's here with $300. Tell that bitch write me a check.
Write me a check.
You could not tell us nothing.
Mm.
There was always like Kahlua picking cabbage, boy, dry pie and tomato with onions.
You speak in my
And
language.
we would have aburige, burgogi. We would have some
Oh,
lumpia.
wow.
We would have some pancit. Because
Oh,
we
I'm
were
hungry right
we-
now.
right. Because my mom's side of the family, like the most prevalent DNA that we have is Hawaiian, but we are also part Filipino and Chinese.
Hi.
So we would have all of these different cuisines, and usually the whitest food, no offense to any Caucasians
Right.
in the house, usually not whitest, the most American food
Right.
might be rolls.
Right.
Bread?
That was it.
Bread.
Literally, that's it. Bread.
Yeah.
Bread was the most American food, and then everything else: rice, fried rice,
Mm-hmm.
chapchae, char siu, like For me,
I love
that
that you said
it was
Hawaiian music.
just
Oh, so nice.
it leagues
Right.
leagues different than what a lot of Americans were used to. Like, and for those of us Valorant players, it's like maining, like Annie, to really put it into perspective, it's like trying to pick up a duelist when you're used to Viper or Astra.
Right.
It's that different. It
Right.
hits that different for me.
Valorant analogy. Wait, Shay, do you dance hula? I need to know.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
okay. We gotta talk.
And
'Cause-
every now and again, I think also too is every few years we would have, before the pandemic, we'd have family like coming up from Hawaii and my uncle's house.
nice.
The electric bill, I remember one year was literally $1,200.
Ooh, holy
Because we
crud!
had that. Well, I mean, everybody pitched in
Right.
to help pay for it,
Dang.
and he was gonna do it. He saves up money every year because he
Because
loves
everyone's
shit
at the
like that.
house, or
Yeah, because everybody's at the house. You're talking about
Dang.
4 different families under one roof.
We gotta talk about Mary Monarch another time, okay? We're gonna talk about that.
Girl.
Okay. That's a whole other
yeah.
depends
conversation.
on that.
Yeah.
So just that's how different it is.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
that's beautiful. I had no idea. I had no idea your ethnic background, and now I do. And I, oh my gosh, we could talk.
When we talk later, you'll find out more. I'm going to pass this question to, because we just met today, which is a very, very, it's an honor to meet you, my love. Johnny.
Oh, yay! There we go.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so
He's all
Surprise! So some people may not know this. I'm half Hispanic and half Caucasian.
Oh,
So-
I didn't know that part.
I heard it. I didn't want to ask anything. I heard it.
There you go.
So for holidays, a lot of times we'd have the traditional American food,
Yeah.
but we would like throw a piñata in there for a
What?
lot of the holidays. No, seriously. I'm not kidding.
Huh.
No,
so
you can get
cool.
piñata for the snowman and beat the hell out of the snowman. I mean, you could have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, if Santa
This-
didn't bring you what you wanted, pinche cabrona, what the hell is that?
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Wait a minute.
That's cool.
So what
Let off that.
would you fill it with traditional candies or different kinds of candies during the holiday? I'm just kind of curious.
Whatever my grandpa
Money?
would throw
No,
in
just
there.
kidding.
Sometimes, yeah, no. Sometimes they would put money
I
in
was
there. in
kidding.
envelopes.
Really? Oh
No,
no.
yes, I'm not kidding. They would
That's
put money in there
awesome.
because sometimes you want to buy your own. You don't want to.
Right.
But yeah, piñatas are like a big deal. My grandpa loved putting up piñatas, and my grandma would fill it with candy and money in envelopes, stuff like that.
I love
So,
that. That's news to me, and man, that's awesome. I think we might do that. Sorry, I'm going to steal your tradition.
Go
I
ahead.
love
It's
it.
okay.
That's awesome. All right, who you want to pass that question to?
Let's pass that question on to. Let's see. Riz.
Oh, there you go.
Hi.
Hi.
So I mean, yeah, like food is a big one, but like in like the movies and the TV show, like everyone like sits at the table and like and then there's like a kids table.
Oh,
Like at my
yeah.
family parties, like we don't do that. It's just like a couple hours, everyone's just hanging out and like eats food, and like the party will start at like 3 and just like go on into the night and just like go on, eat
There
food,
you
and like
go. Mhm.
they sit at the couch or sit at the table. Like it's not a sit down meal. Which kind of makes me want to do an actual sit down meal and like have a kids table. But that's kind of
Stations.
that's kind of the thing that's different for, I mean, I guess one could think that it's different.
But that's like during
Um,
meals, though, right? Because they'd sit, you guys would eat together, but then during the course of the night, I'm sure the parents would sit and talk and the kids would go play games,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's never like a big table that everyone just
Right.
like sits at.
Mm.
It's just eat whenever you want to and hang
Right.
out as you
Oh,
want
I
to.
get it. I get it. Oh, wow.
But and
That's.
yeah, and even
Mhm.
growing up, like my family, we wouldn't really like sit down together and eat dinner. Like
Mhm.
doing that was kind of the different thing, just because of like people's schedules.
Oh, I like
Um,
that idea.
yeah. Who can I pick? I could pick wifey.
There you go.
Hi.
So what was the general question again?
What's different between American holidays versus your native culture's holidays?
Anything that you do differently?
That we do differently. Um, we eat a big pig. I don't know if that's anything that's different, but
It's like not different
usually
to us, but to
Yeah.
everybody.
Is it baked or fried?
It's not
For all of
different.
us,
Yeah.
we're like that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had fried.
Kalua pig and pig.
it's
Uh,
Yeah.
it's usually we usually
Chicharron.
so I know that in Puerto Rico, I don't know about here. I mean, I think we've done it maybe once or twice here in Florida, but I know that in Puerto Rico, um, the way I've seen it done is they will get a pig once a year in the beginning of the year, and it's kind of sad because it's like the kids even get like used to it, and it's like their like family pet and everything, and like they're fattening it up the whole year. Like,
Oh no.
yeah, it's pretty
No.
sad.
That's
Everyone's like,
mean.
oh man,
Yeah, but
That's
the
but they
trauma.
know. The thing is, they know. It's not like they don't
trauma.
know. They know that that's
Oh
why they
my
get the pig.
God.
Oh
And
my!
they tell them like, don't get attached to it. Like,
We're
it's
gonna
gonna be
kill
our
Fido.
meal. Like, yeah,
Dang.
like they know, but they still, whatever. But
Dang.
anyway, and they send them to go feed them too. So it's crazy, but they do that. They get it at the beginning of the year. They fan it up throughout the whole year, and then come, before or the week of Christmas, they send it away and say, yeah, it went to the happy farm or whatever, and and that's when they go,
Oh my
and
goodness.
they and then they bring it back and it's an entire pig, and they dig these big holes in the ground
Mm-hmm.
where they put the pig in, and there's like these metal rods where
Mm-hmm.
they twist, and the pig
They
goes in circles or
skewer.
whatnot, and
Yeah.
they put it underground, and they even bury it to where it stays underground with the heat throughout the day.
Ooh.
um, and they take it out periodically, check on it or whatever, and then they bring it back down. And it's like I don't know if it's like a big box that they have underground. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But I do know that that's the big tradition that they would do over there in Puerto Rico. Another thing that I guess is a little different is there's something called a parranda. A parranda is where the family would get together, and a lot of times people who played instruments would bring instruments, whether it's guitar. Sometimes the people even had trumpets or
Wow.
drums, anything that people could play, or just singing. And we would get in these big groups. It's not something that happens. Well, I think it still happens till this day, but it was something more popular back in the day where families did it a lot more.
Hmm.
Maybe not because of pandemic and stuff. It's kind of slowed down. But what it used to be is we would gather all together in one house. We would kind of plan it like a couple days before Christmas Eve, and we would plan it where everybody got together, and we would go to random houses and basically like a Christmas carol.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh,
Now I'm
nice.
talking like it would go from being super silent to craziness. I mean,
Oh, wow.
drums and singing and
Yeah.
instruments, and now it was crazy because people would stand outside the house and wait for the lights to turn on. And if you didn't turn on your lights, they will not shut up. Like they will keep
Oh,
going
it's like
and
trick
Oh,
keep
or
singing,
treat.
okay, until
I
Wow.
those lights
love
came on. And
it.
and it wasn't like you just invited people over, they'd sing and they leave. No, they want drinks, they want food. Like you better be prepared. Your
Right.
house
Yeah.
better be stocked and be prepared because you don't know whose house they're gonna hit.
Right,
You know, they
right.
don't tell you. So and so people know, like especially at that time of year, they know. Okay, let me go get drinks and let me get snacks and this and that. Mostly like finger foods type thing because it'd be late at night. And so people don't know whose house they're gonna get to or who they're gonna go to. So, but people usually are prepared, and as soon as the lights turn on in the house, everybody goes, screams and gets loud, and they're like, okay, yes, they let us in. They're gonna let us in. And so we usually go in the house, we sing a couple songs, they feed us, whatever, and then we're on to the next house.
Wow.
And that happens.
fun.
Yeah, we did that a lot. Again, that's something that I think is more an island thing or what they did in Puerto
Yeah,
Rico.
Filipinos do that too.
Oh my goodness, that's the
Oh,
Do
first
okay.
they
I'm
do
hearing.
they
Jeez.
do they give money too, or do they just give food?
No, they just get food.
Okay.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen it here. There are some Puerto Rican families that I have seen do it here, but it's not as how can I explain it? It's more planned. So it's not like in Puerto
Mm-hmm.
Rico where you don't know whose house they're gonna go to. You don't know, where
Yeah.
you're gonna end up. And so everybody kind of has to be like on the lookout and prepared as to, oh my gosh, we don't know if they're gonna come to my house. And here it was a little different. We did do it, but people already knew, like, hey, we're gonna
Yeah.
hit your house first, and then those people come along with you, and then we hit another house, and then those people come along, and we go, and we would do that with like 3 or 4 houses, and it would be kind of already a planned thing.
Nice.
But yeah, that's a big one, big tradition that we do. So eating the pig and singing songs.
Nice.
That's so fun.
Okay, wifey, pick somebody.
Yeah. Who hasn't gone?
Brandon,
Brandon
Pac-Man,
and
And
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. All
and
right,
Voodoo.
Pac-Man.
Voodoo's last.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Voodoo, what was the question again? Just to make sure. I just want to make it clear.
What's the difference between traditional American holidays and how you might celebrate at home?
Okay, so I mean, first off, a little background. I actually was born here, and number two, my answer may be a little remotely like Annie's and Rizaline's. So I would like to actually try to share an experience instead to answer that question.
Go for it.
Okay. All right. So first off, I've had Thanksgiving one time in the Philippines.
Nice. Okay.
Oh,
They
But
celebrate Thanksgiving there?
that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
When I went to the
what?
Philippines, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving there. Okay.
Right.
So that's one difference. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I do remember what I did eat that day though. That night actually.
What?
Would
In and
you like
out?
to
No, just kidding.
No. Would you
Okay.
care to guess what I ate that night?
Oh, lechon.
Don't you
Ado-
don't you tell me
adobo.
No, not
don't
lechon.
okay, I'm just going be
Pizza.
honest. Did you
I
eat
think
dog?
Pizza.
Lumpia.
no.
Jollibee.
No. No. I would feel bad if I ever ate dog. That I mean, I would.
Okay.
Oh, please don't.
The only way I would actually try to is if they actually snuck it in there. I would feel so bad.
I
I probably wouldn't
I
eat
ate it.
anything.
I ate it once.
Oh
Okay,
no,
so
no,
Uh-huh.
no,
I
no, no,
was just
no,
Okay.
no,
Annie, we
no.
ain't Annie, stop. We ain't gonna substitute the turkey with Panther. You gonna be fine.
I mean, if anything, it'll be kind of like a chicken wing. But anyway,
Oh snap!
Wow.
Oh god!
I don't know. I don't know though. But anyway, I had balut.
Ooh, yeah.
I had balut.
What?
I had balut, and
Uh,
I
um,
had me a
Can you
bottle
can
of
duck
can
San Miguel
embryo.
yeah?
Can you
Can
beer.
explain
you
what that is? Because I have
explain
no
what
clue what
balut
that
Okay,
is.
is?
so balut actually is duck embryo.
Yep.
So it's an unborn duck.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, it's an
Poor thing
unborn
is
duck,
right.
cooked unborn duck.
Cooked, yeah.
So what it is, I remember that night, like just crack that little egg open, just kind of like drink the
Ew!
soup out
Oh
of it.
my
It's cooked
god!
in there.
Blah
Yep.
blah blah blah
It's
blah
actually
blah
pretty
blah
good,
blah.
It
but
actually is really
the
good. I've had it.
I like it
yeah,
too.
the only way I would eat that is if I had San Miguel beer. I have to have San Miguel beer, not Budweiser. Nope, none of
It
that
had to
stuff.
be lit.
San Miguel beer. It has to be the strong stuff. It has to be the strong stuff.
Oh my
So
goodness!
yes, I mean yes. So
So
mainly,
how do you
yeah,
pronounce it?
Balut.
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 B
Oh,
A
B
L
A
U
L U
T.
T.
typing in, yeah.
Boot.
Oh
Oh,
shoot, no.
okay.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Not my
Yeah,
favorite.
so yeah, but you know what? Like, it
Oh,
was
man.
actually one of those things that I had to try because my
Mm.
then girlfriend back then wanted me to try. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So
Mhm.
I did it, and it was actually pretty good. I mean, I just had to spit the beak out, so I can't eat that. Um, I had to. I mean, I was like, it was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was like
It
chicken.
is good.
It was like chicken.
Oh,
Chicken
And
soup.
yeah,
Mm,
okay.
you know what? Never mind.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, as for Christmas, especially for Filipinos, it's a real. They really take their faith and religion seriously.
True that.
So when you see things in the in America, like how you see how they do these plays in churches or sometimes in schools, they do that in public. Like they do that whole thing in public. They do
Mhm.
like um it- I would say like the reenactments
Yes.
even from from Easter.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
they'll even do that. They're they're very passionate about their belief, their faith and religion that they actually do that like just right outside your front door. Some
Oh my
places they do it
gosh.
outside in public. I'm
Oh
just say that
no.
they'll do it in public. So
Wait,
it can't. It won't be like in just churches or you know.
is your
Yeah,
family
they'll do
into
it.
BNP too? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh, it's a Filipino thing. No,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
mind, never mind. Don't
yeah.
answer that. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Oh my
Yeah, but
goodness.
that's just a major difference. Like it's just how we practice the religion.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more like in closed doors. Of course, it's America. You know, we have the right to practice religion, but
Mm.
most of the time it's in closed doors or whatnot. But then when you're in the Philippines, it's there.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're really passionate to what they believe in. They're passionate with their faith and what their religion is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean I think those are the two differences. Of course, the food's gonna be way better.
Yeah.
I mean, like but yeah,
And
those are like the only two differences I could think of, like on top of my head. And yeah,
mm-hmm. And Filipinos are pretty charismatic and excitable, so I can
yeah,
imagine.
they are very passionate.
Very, very, very much so. All right, you have a choice, Brandon or well, I think Brandon and then Voodoo. Yeah.
Oh, that's the pick, huh?
Yeah.
Brandon or no, I'll do Brandon.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll just do Brandon. We'll say
And
Voodoo last.
it's gonna be hella quick because I'll tell y'all something. There really isn't much in the way of differences between. Well, first and foremost, I was born here in New York. And I was born here. But there's not really a lot different. Like we're as traditional as we come when it comes down to celebrating our holidays. Like there might be a little bit of modification when it comes down to on the food end and stuff. Like maybe not as extravagant as like wifey's, or we don't have like a separate table for talking. Like when Beatrice was when Rizaline was talking, but here on my end, we're as traditional as they come.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Mayan, is that what you said?
Hmm?
What did you say? Oh, my end. I'm sorry. You said my
Yeah,
end. Okay, okay, okay.
on my end, on my corner
There
of
you go.
on my corner. Whereas we're kind of as traditional as we come. Like besides food, that's pretty much it.
DJ, I thought he said my end.
Oh.
Don't clown me. Don't clown me.
Child, no, too late. You done brought out the red nose. Look at him. He's a baby. What the hell he doing with Maya? Girl, you know what?
My God.
He's the youngest one here. Like mine's Asian culture.
Yes,
sorry.
Yes,
I'm
the
sorry.
youngest one in the whole chat room going to practice sitting behind Jesus in school. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Well, good to know. Good to know that we can keep those American traditions, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw that in there. All right.
I saw that. All right, Voodoo, you're up.
Yeah. Voodoo, you are up.
So, my mom is Vietnamese Cambodian. My dad is Vietnamese.
Nice.
And so, growing up, we were always at either my dad's house or my aunt and uncle's house. So my dad doesn't live with us. My mom left him when I was like 2 years old. But we were always either at his house or my uncle's house, and all the adults would have a traditional, basically a hot pot,
Ooh.
Ooh, what's a hot
and
pot?
it was always Heineken's
Ooh.
hot pot. So it was
Hot pot,
have the tarp,
Heineken.
they would have the tarp in the middle of the living room, nice big open
Don't.
flame. They would have plenty of meats and veggies and noodles and stuff like that. All
That's a hot pot,
all
yes.
the ladies of the house would be over in the kitchen area playing cards and gambling. That was our traditional
Love it.
like quote unquote holidays.
Mm.
Outside of the American holidays that we celebrated, because me and my brothers, we were all born here in America. My mom emigrated probably in, I would say, the early 60s, after Pol Pot incident. Not sure when my dad came over. But yeah, that's basically the main thing. No, we didn't have Hennessy's. It was just Heineken.
Wait,
The
so tell
only
me,
thing in the house.
tell me what a hot pot is, because I don't know what that is.
Mm.
It's basically a giant pot of any type of soup.
Oh.
And you just have uncooked meats and veggies and other.
That you
like,
cook
yeah,
in the
so-
soup.
Oh,
They cook in the
okay.
So basically, it's like
kinda-
a do-it-yourself.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes
Kind
much
of
more
like Korean
sense.
barbecue, but instead of a grill, you're cooking
Yeah.
everything in the
in
soup.
a soup.
Ah,
Yeah.
got it.
And usually it'll separate into one side spicy, one side not spicy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, all
But
right, now
outside
I
of
know.
that, me, my mom, and my brothers, we sort of just celebrated the normal American holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Have a turkey, we would exchange gifts. But during even American holidays, my dad would give us red envelopes, even though it wasn't
Oh.
Asian New
Hey,
Year. So
Can-
that was always nice.
can your
growing
dad
up.
adopt me now? Just kidding.
My dad's rich. He
Yeah.
basically
Dang.
he owns a house, a couple of houses actually, and he's a mechanic,
Huh.
and is majority owner of the shop that he has.
Does he have a
Yeah.
house that I could rent? No. I'm
And
just
his credit is so good that if he goes to a dealership and asks for a
Dang.
car,
Uh-huh.
they'll be like, "Okay, yeah, you can take this car."
Here, take two. Take
My
two
dad's
cards.
credit. Really
So
good.
my dad's basically like paid off for the house that I'm living in now, his house in like 20 years.
Respect.
Multiple of all of our cars, he taught most of us how to drive.
Aw.
So he taught my mom how to drive.
Hmm.
And,
Oh my
and a
goodness.
couple of my brothers. Yeah.
Okay, no, you didn't
Yeah,
digress
he's
at
pretty
all.
well off. He's pretty well off. Well, I'm almost financially supported.
Oh,
Wow.
hello. No, just kidding.
I still live like a bum. Trust me.
You're in your prime years. You're entitled. You can do it. All right.
For now.
Have we answered all of Voodoo's questions or his one question? Everybody took a turn.
Shout out Voodoo's dad.
Shout out Voodoo's dad. Seriously.
Hey, you're the last one up.
No, Shade, where we went?
I answered already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were the
Yeah,
first.
you're the last one. You're the
I was
last
the
one,
last
Voodoo.
All
Yeah.
So
righty.
Brandon's question is next.
Yes, there we
I'm
go.
confused.
All right, Brandon, you're up. We're ready for
All
your
right.
question.
All right. So, panelists, here's that question. What is one holiday dish you find absolutely overrated?
Mm.
And I feel like starting to pass it over or having. Annie, how about you start us off?
Who? Me?
Annie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap. One holiday dish that's completely overrated. Okay. Two. I'm going to say two. Well, I'm going to say
Let's
two. First
get
of all, I have no
dicey.
idea what the hell cranberry sauce is. Okay. I don't know. I don't care. And I'm like, where? Where do you put it?
It's-
What do you do with it?
Literally sauce
Why?
made out of cranberry.
Why?
Name
But
it.
why? Where? I don't
Honestly,
know.
same though.
I don't know. And then the other thing too is like, wait a minute, we have potatoes, now we have yams. I just want to know why. Why? Why? Yeah, but you already have the
You're
mashed
making a point.
potatoes. You already have the damn mashed potatoes. Why yams? Why? Just tell me why.
takes,
I
man.
don't get it. I just don't get it. So those are my
I'm
my
just gonna
two.
say this. Y'all can tell Annie thought about this one for a while. 'Cause she don't even get this hype when she thinks somebody's cheating in Valorant. So
Right? Seriously.
She feels some type of way about the game.
I do. I
Mhm.
do. It's the and funny story because me and my daughter, when I picked her up earlier tonight, and when we were coming home, she was like, "I go, how's work?" And she goes, "Oh my gosh, you'll never believe this." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "People are fighting over cranberry sauce." I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "Because there were none. They ran out. They ran out." I'm like, "Why?" And then and under her breath, she's like, "It's not my damn fault you waited this long to get cranberry sauce, you know?" So yeah, all that.
So funny.
So yeah, I it wasn't necessarily where I thought long and hard, Shade. It was just a conversation that I had earlier. Literally, it was fresh in my mind. I'm like, okay, well,
no, honey,
since
that's the point. You didn't need to think long and hard. This shit's been boiling
for real.
in your
Right?
head. This
That's
entire
right.
child.
That's right. All right. So next on the docket, I'm going to go ahead and choose Brandon. I know it's your question, but let's hear yours. There had to be some rhyme and reason to the reason why you asked this question, because you must have something in your mind.
I would kind of have to second with you with cranberry with the cranberry thing you want it because
Think about it.
I would with cranberry jelly because we hardly like we have that so many times, but we hardly eat it, and honestly,
Exactly.
I just don't see the I come to a point where I kind of just don't see the appeal of it. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't want, but that's just me. I don't want nobody pulling out pitchforks or just rip my head off. But that's just me. And
All good. All right.
that's about it. Honestly.
All right. There you go. He seconds the thought. Who do you want to pick, Brandon?
Wifey, what says you?
Wifey.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yes,
She's
yes,
like,
wifey,
"Oh."
yes, you. She zoned out. She was like, what?
Don't hate me, but pumpkin pie.
Oh, me too.
And
Ugh.
I feel
Hate
like
it.
there are so many other good desserts. I mean, maybe because I'm a baker, so like there's just so many other things I feel like I can make and pastries and other desserts. Like I'd rather have, I don't know, some other kind of pastry or some other kind of cake, or bring in like a nice cheesecake, or bring in like, one of these like beautiful cakes with tons of fruit on it. I don't know, just something
A fruit
different.
tart. Yeah.
Um, I feel like it's the same thing every year,
Right.
and I'm not a big fan of it. I'll eat it. It's not that I won't. Like it's okay. Um, but it's just not like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many better desserts or something that's, I don't know, just a little bit, I don't know, out of the ordinary. Um, but yeah, I feel like that'd be my choice. Would probably be the pumpkin pie. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like too when they come out
You
with
said
so many
pumpkin
different.
pie? How dare you?
Yes, I know. I said don't hate
Pie.
me, but
I love pumpkin pie.
Whatever
And it's okay. No,
kind
I,
of
I
pie.
feel you though
it's not
too.
that I don't like it. It's just
I feel
I
it
feel
though.
like
It's
I feel like
overrated.
there's so many other things. Yeah, and like I feel like they come out with so many different things,
Mhm.
like pumpkin
That's
spice
fair.
this and pumpkin
Yeah.
flavored that, and
Right.
Or apple
like
pie.
who wants pumpkin like
Oh,
Oreos? Like no, like I don't know. It's just I don't know. I feel like there's some the
there's other
better
pies.
desserts and better
Yeah.
things that you can
Yeah,
eat.
like
Yeah.
yeah, I see what you see. Like if there's a choice, if there's like apple pie and then pumpkin pie, what would you pick?
I would still choose
Probably
the pumpkin.
apple pie because
Probably
I'm not
apple
a fan
pie.
of
Yeah.
pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's
Definitely.
so many
Well,
other
then,
ones, you've got like key lime pie, you've got strawberry pie, cherry pie, blueberry pie. I mean, there's so many different other ones.
That's a lot of
So
pie for one little gathering, though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
no,
Well,
I know. I'm
hey.
not
It's
saying
a
you
pie
would buy
party.
all of them, but you're gonna choose one of the
I
other ones
would.
other than pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
I'll just eat the
So
crust. That's
wifey,
all I want.
wifey will make 4 pies. Only one will be pumpkin, and her family will be like, "Where's the rest of the pumpkin pies?"
And the pumpkin pie will be like this, and then all the other ones will be like this.
Oh my
Here's a
god.
slice, and here's a big old pie. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Who wants the slice? There you go.
who wants it?
Hilarious. Hilarious. All right, wifey,
Yeah.
pick somebody.
I pick Rizaline.
Okay, overrated food. I'm gonna offend some people. I'm sorry, but I'm not very crazy about pancit. I know. I'm
What?
sorry.
What is that? I'm sorry,
But
what?
I'm
I
off
know.
this
wait,
panel.
The
wait.
the
what was
Filipino
it?
noodle, like I love chow mein. It's great. I love that, but I don't like at the party. I don't know. Like it's just it's just kind of a filler, and
You,
I don't
you, ju-
I
you
don't
just
care too much for it. I
you just
know.
lost
I'm
your
sorry.
Filipino card. I'm
I
so sorry.
know. I know. I'm
So
sorry.
sorry.
It just it's not the kind of noodle that I'm into.
No,
But
my
I love chow
question.
mein.
It's all
Yeah.
good. I get
Yeah.
you. I get you.
Mm.
I get you.
One little question though:
I'll
Who
just
who
eat your.
messed up pancit for you?
What messed
Yeah.
it up?
Who
You
messed up
know,
Punson
Who
for
made
you?
him
one
mess it up?
time I think I do remember there was some kind of potluck party or something, and
Uh,
maybe there was some left over, and like it went bad, and like
Oh
it like I
yes.
think pancit is one of those dishes that kind of is the more susceptible to going bad pretty easily. So
Right.
maybe
mhm.
that's kind of why I stay away from it.
That's
That's why.
very
Okay.
true. I have to admit,
Yeah.
because if you don't put it in the refrigerator right away, the shelf life for the
Yeah.
the stay safe life is shorter than most foods. So
Yeah.
I get that.
Mhm.
But
And it
with
probably
that said, I mean, if you go on my Instagram, like I've cooked pancit like a cup, like I've
Mhm.
cooked it before.
Mhm.
It's just not my like favorite.
It gets
Right.
stale pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want stale
It
pancit.
spoils
Ugh.
quickly
I
too.
think I
Yeah, for
speak
sure.
for multiple people, Rizaline, when I say get out.
That's so funny. All right, Rizaline, pick Winnie. Somebody.
Did Voodoo go?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Overrated. I mean, I'll partially agree that pumpkin pie or pumpkin flavored anything is overrated, and it's as soon as fall season hits, all the white people flock for it and anything flavored.
Sorry, white people. We don't mean to.
I'm sorry,
offend.
white people, but it is true. If you want to
Your
be,
damn self with that I'm sorry. Excuse you.
Ooh, I know.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. You know what? It's you go to Starbucks and all the basic white girls in their in their North Face
Oh my
jackets
god.
are gonna be at
Pants,
Starbucks, be like,
yo,
yo, can I get a
pants.
pumpkin spice latte? I'm like,
I apologize to my pastor.
but
Yeah. Shout out to
I
the
still-
complicated white girls.
honestly, I still enjoy those certain pumpkin flavors. Pumpkin muffins and donuts are okay. Everything else is kind of whatever. And then I don't understand cranberries
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep.
You know, it goes with everything Thanksgiving, and then it's just like
And then you don't
all
see
of a
it.
sudden
You
you
don't
have
see it for the
this-
whole year.
you don't see it for the whole year, and it's also just this sweet tart like thing that does not mix well with all the savoriness that you're eating
No.
on Thanksgiving. Or, it
Exactly.
just makes no sense.
Exactly.
And also, all the
One thing doesn't belong.
holiday movies that you see that someone has to bring a green bean casserole. What the fuck is that? Like, I don't even understand that shit. That makes no sense at all. Why
That is
are you making a green bean casserole?
honey, that is part two. That is part two of white people cuisine for the holidays. honey.
Yeah,
Casseroles.
seriously, it's like
Casseroles in
first of
general.
all,
What is
You
this
can make a
goulash?
I'm
you
glad my
can
husband's
make
not
a
listening 'cause he
casserole
would be so
pretty
mad.
well, but first of all, nobody likes green beans. Then you go and make a green bean casserole. Like, what the? Are you just trying to get rid of like all the bad food at
Oh,
once. Like,
Literally
Please.
taking
Trying to
green
get rid of their
beans,
leftovers.
taking
yeah,
green beans, which
they're
very
literally just
few people
leftovers.
eat.
No one's touching that crap, man. Come
They
on.
could
No.
couldn't
Not
give
here.
they
You
couldn't
know-
give their canned foods away, so they made them.
That's the
Right.
number. That's the number one
Yeah.
thing my husband's like happy about making is green bean casserole. I'm like,
Oh,
nobody's gonna eat that.
Nobody's
Like,
gonna
no one's
touch
gonna
that.
eat it.
Seriously.
He's like,
more
I'll
for
eat it
him, more for
myself.
him, more
No,
for him.
Yeah, he'll eat it by himself.
If it was the last item on the table and I was starving, I'd be like, well, I'm just gonna go to the gas station and risk my life. Fuck it, whatever.
This is
Well,
hilarious.
I ain't touching that
so
green bean casserole. I'll tell you,
dramatic.
I'm not touching that green bean casserole.
Dramatic, y'all. Okay. All right, Voodoo, pick somebody. Pick somebody.
All right,
You have a few people left.
Brandon.
No, I did, Brandon.
I already
Oh,
answered.
you did? Oh, right.
Who's left? Who's left? Raise your hands.
Who didn't answer?
Johnny, Pac-Man,
And
and
Shade.
Johnny, Pac-Man, and Shade.
Okay, Pac-Man.
Okay. All right. This might be a little cliche. I might offend somebody.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because that hasn't been
So-
done all night
Let's
at
go for
all.
That's a
Not at
switch.
all. Not at all.
Not at all. We're not offending anybody, white people.
You might agree with me. All right, so for the holidays, okay, you typically have your turkey, you typically have your chicken, your lechon. Why ham?
Oh, and I don't
Why
eat
ham?
ham, but
I
Well-
mean, if you have those three, if you have those three choices, I mean,
That's
like,
true.
why ham? Like, I mean, it looks nice. Sometimes it's carved really nicely, but no
Yeah,
one's gonna
yeah.
get it. Like, there's
Well, the thing is,
No, it's because some white people like to pay $100 for a ham on Christmas.
yeah, they got a Boston ham. What is that? The
honey
Boston ham?
baked, honey baked, honey
factory?
baked,
Nobody eats
honey
it.
baked.
I got a honey baked ham.
Honey
It's like,
baked ham. There you
Get
go.
the hell out of here with
I
that
don't-
shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand like all the extra stuff, but like I can understand there are people who don't like turkey because it comes out dry and it's
Yeah,
not
turkey's
juicy.
Oh,
juicy.
right.
It varies how it's
Especially if you
cooked,
over,
yeah.
especially if you overcook it by accident. Whereas a ham, if you overcook it just a little bit, it's still juicy enough to eat.
Well, I think
Yeah,
it's
Mom
just
used to
to
put-
add
But
But
a
the thing is,
different-
will you
yeah.
eat it?
It's just to add a
Depends.
variety
Be like,
of
hey,
meats.
let's
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
If you have like
I
that
would-
variety,
I wouldn't go.
ham.
I'm not going out of my way to cook it, but if it's available, I'll eat it. Sure.
like if
I'm
you
not
have
gonna be
turkey,
picky.
yeah, if you have turkey, chicken, maybe a roast beef.
Oh, there. That's a good
I'll go with the
one.
chicken. It's
Mm.
probably easier.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So will you even have room for the ham? Like you want to get to the good
What's-
stuff before you get to it, but then
What's
will
tricky
you get
with
to
the
it?
ham? Well,
I'm not
I mean,
gonna
what-
waste it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna waste it.
well,
It's
maybe
still edible and
people,
good, but like, it's
it-
not gonna be my first choice of. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for that first. Like, no,
Maybe it's
I'm not gonna be
preference.
fighting the lines for it.
It would be
Mhm.
great leftovers,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
will
There
you
you go.
eat it? Like, will you eat it like?
My kids
Hey,
will.
so will-
Mhm.
Will that be like the second thing you put on your plate above all the other like choices?
In
like-
my
It
family,
doesn't
yes.
get
my-
any. It doesn't get any plate space. You don't save any
So-
any space on your plate for that. It's like
No, so here's the ultimate question here: would you have ham or a slice of pumpkin pie?
Oh snap!
pumpkin pie.
Damn.
See, there you go.
Neither.
Either.
Neither.
Yeah.
I'll
in the
still,
trash.
I'll still take the pumpkin pie. I'll still
You
take
still take the pumpkin pie,
Child,
so
fuck all
that
that shit. I'll starve.
yeah.
There you go.
Okay, more pumpkin pie for me. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
but
hungry.
that's-
I'll usually eat whatever.
All right,
Just get the
Pac-Man.
green bean
My
casserole
mom used to
away.
put. My
Pac-Man
mom used to
pick.
put what's
Uh-huh,
it called?
sorry. Huh.
I was just gonna add on to that and say my mom used to put pineapple on ham.
Oh well.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe.
That's
I
okay.
still
I'll,
didn't
I'll,
like
I'll
it.
put,
Still
I'll
didn't
put
eat
it in
it.
a maybe. I mean, if it looks
Huh.
really good,
Sorry.
maybe I might get it. I mean,
Oh
yeah, I might.
my
Yeah.
goodness. Well,
Yeah.
in my household, it's the second thing the kids put on their plate. So, okay.
Oh.
All right. Yeah.
Are you gonna disown them?
No, I'm good with that. It's more for them. At least it gets out of the house because I don't eat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
You don't eat
I
Pac-Man,
don't
any
have
meat, so
leftovers.
it's
pick
okay.
one. Pick
Who's left actually?
Johnny and Shade.
Well, Shade's gonna be last anyways.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so hot Shade.
Oh.
Damn, she's
They
like,
said they want
she
to
was
go
like,
last.
nah,
Go
I already
last.
said
I take it that those
Listen,
was calculation on your part, and you were meant to
Love
say
you.
Johnny, right?
it.
Okay, Johnny.
I don't know if this is really considered holiday food or whatever, but holiday, what the hell is it called? Fruit cake. Holiday fruit cake. Have you ever gotten one of those? It's like,
What,
how
a
bad
box?
do you hate me? You can give me this shit. And
like
I
a
tried it
meme.
once,
Box?
and man,
Okay,
I
that's the other thing I could have said other than green bean casserole. Like, what the
holiday fruit cake. That's something you get someone that you hate at work, and like you pick them, and then you want to be like a smart ass about it. You get them that, right?
There's also
It's
an
like one of the
insult. It's like,
box,
you're a
right?
fruitcake.
Well, who invented that? Who's the idiot that came up with that? I
What
mean, the
even
ones
is
that
it? I
Yeah.
literally don't understand what it is. I
it's
literally
like
don't
everything.
understand what it is.
It's like every nut and every type of leftover that they didn't want, they throw into a thing that just makes
Oh
it.
my god.
It's nasty. It's nasty.
You
It
guys.
doesn't even taste like fruits. That's the thing.
Right.
You ever have a
I've
box
never
of
had it, and I
chocolates?
know I hate it.
And you get this one chocolate, and inside of it, it's a bunch of weird other stuff. That's the chocolate equivalent of fruitcake. It's all the leftovers nobody wants put together.
It's literally like
Mm.
It's literally a mystery. Like what you
Yeah.
get.
It's
Like,
so spongy.
Laugh and flock about
It's
chocolate.
moist, but dry and spongy and
Ew.
flavorful and
Yeah.
nasty. It's just what the hell?
It's
like,
not
you really gotta
flavorful.
hate someone to get them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow up to that though, like, is anyone familiar with the panettone? Panettone? It's like it's a kind of fruitcake, but like
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
it's kind of like a pound, like a big pound cake.
Yeah, it's in a box.
It's
Yeah, and it's in a
Colorful pound
box.
cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah, no one wants that either.
Yeah, I've had it.
Nobody
Not
wants
what
it.
good.
the hell are you guys on?
It looks like you could throw it against a window and it'll actually break.
Oh my god.
Like a colorful brick. A
It's a
colorful
doorstop.
edible brick.
It's a
I think
doorstop.
I know what you're talking about, but what the fuck is this?
Oh my goodness. It's a doorstop, y'all.
gross.
Doorstop. I don't think it's you can call that a doorstop.
Fuck that. It's not a
that's an
doorstop.
insult.
That's a type of shit that's one of those things that you put behind the wheel of your car when you gotta park on a fucking hill.
Yeah.
That's an insult to those actual bricks.
Oh
give you that
my god. All right,
Okay,
Shade. I want to hear yours, Shade. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got a few, so buckle up. Y'all motherfuckers get ready.
Oh, snap. Here we
Let's
go.
hear it. Let's go.
First off-
We in
first
for
off,
it.
First off, beats. Why?
Oh,
What the fuck is that nasty bullshit? That shares that when you slide it on a plate, that shit shares my namesake's color. What? I think not. Stuffing. Who the hell? Girl, you also don't like Punsit, so you know what? Decisions.
damn.
But it's okay, Rizaline, you know I love you. That's all right. Like I heard earlier, green bean casserole. What? You polish a turd, it is still a fucking turd. What? Get that away from my rice. It is making my rice cry and feel bad about itself. What is this? No. And then the penalty, I'm gonna agree with damn near except for the pumpkin rolls that my mom's coworker makes, pumpkin flavored anything. White people, look, do y'all just come out of the womb eating pumpkin flavored crap? Do y'all not know how to snack? Like, what is like the greatest thing I've ever had to eat, other than my mom's best friend's pumpkin roll that had pumpkin in it, is pumpkin seeds, and that shit y'all can light on fire and roast, and it is nice. It is great. It is better than some dick I've had in my life, and I swear that on everything.
Jeez.
What?
Well then.
Oh my goodness.
That's
the-
saying something.
That's saying something right there. Oh man.
And then also the last thing, fruitcake. What?
Okay.
We're pretty much in agreement with everything here.
Just so we're all clear, that's what they used to call me in middle school. Fruitcake?
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Huh? Why? Who hurt you?
Why?
If you host a holiday dinner and somebody brings fruitcake, bitch, write an apology. Because that is some homophobic, racist shit to actively bring. I'm gonna bring the kids brought soda, the baby brought chips. Your bitch ass is bringing fruitcake, and I'm not talking about me either. What? I think not. I'm done. I'm done. If any of y'all, because I want to move to LA, I want to expand my drag career.
Lord.
If I host a fucking holiday anything, and one of you motherfuckers
You're gonna
brings
put on there, don't.
fruitcake,
If you bring fruitcake, there's gonna be blood.
I'm gonna crucify your ass like Jesus.
There's gonna be some blood.
I'm done.
Wait. You need to put on the invitation. Do not bring.
all right.
fruitcake.
Just to let y'all know, I'm gonna cancel my fruitcake order for Shade. I was just
Oh,
thinking of,
God. Oh
Shade,
my
you
goodness.
You think you're real cute? Oh yeah, I'm gonna order the fruitcake for the fruitcake. Yep, I don't think so. You better leave that order somewhere else.
Shade, you might not want to check your mailbox tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right. I'm gonna beat your ass like you owe me money.
Oh
You better
my
leave me
God.
alone.
You guys are killing me. All right. So last but not least, and I'm excited about this question because I did see a preview of the question. So I want Shade, Hot Pink Shade, to ask your question, please.
Now, mine was gonna be my number one question,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's more appropriate and it's more meaningful.
Okay.
And I think it's something that at some point all of us do need to confront. If you could spend your holidays in the afterlife, who would you go see?
Good question. You get to tag somebody first.
And I'm going to tag fuck all of y'all like track.
We're all like this.
Y'all looking
Not like this.
Y'all looking at me like this stupid bitch. See, this is why we sending your ass
No, I
fruitcake.
think this is a great question.
It's a great question. I love this one.
Yeah, that is.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Brandon first.
Okay.
Just because.
Do you want to repeat the question one more time so we can?
If you were able, if you had let's all be real, if you had the honor and the privilege to spend the holidays in the afterlife, not just one day, but the holidays in the afterlife, who's the first person that you would go see?
My dad. Yeah, my dad. A little bit of a backstory. I don't want to go too much. I'm gonna try to expedite this as quick as I can. But I think this coming now it's odd that I'm bringing this up now, and then about a few days from now, it's gonna be his birthday. On Thanksgiving, it's literally his birthday.
Oh.
Oh wow.
But yeah, but I'm just gonna recount the story real quick. So, in May of 2014, I was actually no 2012. I was coming home from school one day, to my mom in tears, and I come to find out that I got the news that my dad passed away, and this was at a particularly rough time in my life. That actually had created just such a bit of a rough time in my life, and it hit me like a truck. He'd been such a pivotal role in my life. He was sort of the albeit father figure that I could ever ask for. And I was very fortunate to have him in my life to shape me into the person, the outgoing, very people pleasing, very loving person that I am today. And then right after he passed away, I was like, that completely messed me up. But
Hmm.
if to answer that question, Shade, it would be my dad because even as time went on, and it's been like almost 10 years since he passed away, and I will never remember, and I will never forget this particular date, May the 16th, 2014. There comes dates that you just don't remember, that you will just owe it to yourself to never forget because of the emotional significance, just the struggle that you went through on that particular day.
Yeah.
And you look at yourself as time went on, you're like, you gotta give yourself a pat in the back for just not letting that grief kind of just stick it in on you.
Right.
So that's one date that I will absolutely never forget. But I want to not a day that goes by that I don't like miss him. And because I still do miss him to this day, and I would want to, with all the stuff that I've been through this past year and a half. I wish I wish he was like still around to kind of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
take whatever I'm battling with, trying to hold it together to try and help out my mom or try to help
Right.
out my sister in whatever way possible because it's just me. Like I'm a
Yeah.
one man support team. Out of all the stuff that's been going on in my life, I'm sort of been the only one that's been trying to keep my mom grounded, trying to make sure that my sister stays focused.
Mm.
It's just been all on me, and sometimes I wish he was still here, that he was still alive, so he could
Right.
take that burden away from me, or try to take that burden off of me, so I could be able to um, look forward to be able to let my wings spread, or to spread my wings, if you
Mm-hmm.
will.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my dad would be the one person I would definitely want to
Sure.
spend the holidays with. Actually, not even the holidays with. Honestly, like if it wasn't just the holidays, like if it was on like an everyday basis, then yeah, I'd take my dad 9 times out of 10.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, to answer your question, Shade, I would say my dad.
Well, I think you're doing a fabulous job, shouldering all of that burden. If you look at it as carrying his legacy rather than as a burden, I think it would be that much more meaningful because you are forwarding his legacy, and you're carrying it, and you're living it, and you're an example of it. So pat yourself on the back for that.
That really means a lot hearing it from you. Thank you,
Mm,
thank you so much.
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh.
I almost got teary eyed from right there.
Aw,
It's
take
okay.
your
We're all gonna cry.
Yeah,
time.
we're
We're gonna
talking like
laugh.
dad
We're
about
gonna
real
cry.
people, of course. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I mean, that's like one of the. It's a very sensitive thing to me. It's very near and dear to my heart. Just something that just brings me back to like the minute I start talking about my dad. It's just the minute that's just where all the struggles and it just everything just comes flooding and rushing back into my head. And
Yeah.
yeah, all right, all right. I'm gonna pass on and Pac-Man, you're up.
Okay. Just first off, Shay, that's a really great question. And by the way, sorry for picking you, knowing that that you said you're gonna go last on the last question.
It's all good.
But all right. So for this question, I'm just gonna actually kind of just kind of keep it short because, well, first off, if I ever go to the afterlife for the holidays, I would say that I would like to visit my grandfather,
Mm.
because he passed away a few years ago. He's actually like one of the first. While I'm alive, actually, like he was one of the first immediate family to pass away,
Mm.
and I've ever since like I got closer to my grandmother, but I've always wondered what happened if I ever got close to my grandfather, because my grandfather, he was, when he was still around, like he was kind of in his little world. I
Mm.
mean, that's how how elderly people are at sometimes at some point.
Right.
But I just picture like if I were to see him in the afterlife, I would actually see him in his prime. Like I would see him in his prime form,
Mm. Good
Hmm.
point.
because because I overheard, well, from my mother, like what she told me, or what my grandmother told me as well. Like he used to be a musician,
A
He
magician
used
or
to,
a musician?
no, I'm sorry. Did I say midget? Musician.
I was gonna say
Musician.
what?
Musician. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a musician,
Abracadabra. Sorry.
and I mean that would be cool if he was
I
a
know. Yeah.
magician. Shoot, that's awesome. But yeah, he was a musician, and he used to play a trumpet in clubs and everything. That was his thing.
Nice.
And it's just one of those things too, because like I felt like just this month, or not this month, but this year, I started playing the guitar. So I figured like maybe there might be some musical talent in me, or some kind of
Prodigy.
musical something in me. So I thought, maybe if I take a moment with him to see, maybe hopefully he's in his prime form, just actually kind of like pick his brain, and like uh how does he go about things, musically. It doesn't have to be a trumpet. It could be like different um like instruments, and
Right.
and how he goes about things, and maybe like a few things, some lessons down in life. I mean, he's given me some like advice. Oh gosh, he's given me some advice before he passed away. It was a pretty wacky advice, but he once told me that if you ever marry a woman, make sure that she's a nurse. I'm like, what?
That's Filipino AF.
That
man.
is
Yeah, see,
pure
make sure she's a
Filipino.
nurse, and you'll be okay. I'm
Oh.
like, oh, okay. Or actually, I think it's either that or like make sure she's rich. I'm like, okay, no, I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm good. But yeah, again, like if I had that opportunity, I would actually want to visit my grandfather, because I actually want to get to know him as much as I did getting to know my grandmother. I just wish that I was able to get to know my grandfather, because my father, even back then, spent time with my grandfather. I mean, he's always told me how great of a guy he was. And unfortunately, distance, like, my grandparents are in the Philippines, and then before all this technology came about, like, now we became a little closer. But then again, at the same time, they've aged. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. Just if I had some time to spend time with my grandfather in his prime, or whatever form it may be, or just so that I could talk to him, at least not in a baby form, no, but in the form of where I could talk to him, it'd be great. Yeah.
Nice. Good answer.
Mm.
Tag. Who you gonna tag?
Let's see. I'd say Annie.
All righty. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Well, the only other person that I would want to visit is obviously my dad, who passed away 5 years ago. I go through so much crap, that sometimes I always forget, like, that he's not around. I think I told the story once before, like, I think a year or so ago, no, a couple years ago, I was going through something with my car at the time. And only I knew, the only person I knew who would understand what I was going through was my dad. So I literally was walking my dog, Panther. I was walking Panther. And I was crying. I was like, oh my God, what's happening with my car? It's going to cost me this much money. And am I being taken in for full, da da da. So I call my dad. I call my dad on my phone, and I'm like, why isn't he answering? Because usually he's pretty quick about answering the phone. And it didn't dawn on me until then. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's passed. So I definitely would love to go visit my dad. And he is, oh my gosh, around the holiday, and this is a very special story. Around the holiday, he has this, he's bald. He was bald. And he would, every time he would eat, he would sweat profusely. Beads of sweat would just come from his forehead and his head and on top, and we'd be like, Dad, you're sweating. All my kids would be like, Papa, wiping his head as he eats. And all my kids, we all are cursed with his sweat glands, so we all perspire profusely. But more so because he loved to eat. But man, during this time of year, every time you ask him what he wants for Christmas, what do you think the fool would always say?
Fruitcake.
No, No, and
towel
he
from
No, wait.
prison.
Kicker, though.
and let me tell you, he had a collection of it because we'd be like, Papa, what are you gonna wear today? He would want anything Lakers, a shirt,
Oh,
sweatpants, a jacket,
love it.
anything, a hat. You know, and we're like,
A sweat
Papa,
rag.
yeah, sweat rag, seriously. And
Rally towel.
and I think I told you guys a story when I sang the national anthem at the Laker games 3 years in a row. Of the 3 times that I went, he came twice. My brother came the first time. And he, you know, we're at the Laker game and we're in the conference room. And one of the things that they always told us was just don't touch anything, don't take anything. We're like, okay, here's my freaking dad. Putting stuff. I go, Dad, you're not going to ever get me invited back. You need to put that away. So anything to do with the Lakers, Kobe, you know, Shaquille O'Neal, even the older, you know, generation from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to, you know,
The
Magic
Showtime.
Johnson, all that, Derek
Showtime Lakers.
Fisher. Yeah, for real. I mean, he wanted everything Lakers. So he had a collection of Lakers stuff. So you can imagine that when he passed, it was so hard for my mom to give a lot of his stuff away, but she did. She gave it to charity, and I'm sure it was a treasure and a find for somebody that wanted it. So he's definitely somebody that I would go and visit, and bring him a plate and say, here's a plate, and here's your Lakers shirt this year. I want to do that. I just want to give him his Lakers shirt. So yeah, he's definitely somebody that I'd love to go visit, and I know he's constantly looking over us. I see his signature stuff everywhere, Lakers, and even to when I'm sweating and eating, my kids are sweating and eating. We're like, oh man, sorry,
no.
you got Papa.
Yep.
It's awesome. So great question, Shade. I will pass this question on to Voodoo.
That's not an easy question to answer because most of my family on my past my parents are in Vietnam, so I've never met them.
Oh.
So I can't really, and all of my immediate family, they are still. I'm blessed to have them still alive. So I would probably go with the celebrity route and choose somebody. Does it have to be dead or
Michael
alive?
Jackson.
Like,
Please say Prince. Please say
Of
Prince.
course, dead. Because
Afterlife.
Afterlife.
oh,
Prince.
Prince.
Is it
Michael
Okay.
Jackson. Michael Jackson. No.
Right.
Kobe Bryant.
No, honestly, that's not an easy
Oh, I
question because
would.
there's so many celebrities and famous people that you can choose from, but I think either Albert Einstein or Stephen Hawking, just so that I can
Oh
Ooh.
snap! Look
pick
at
their
you.
brains. Not literally pick their brains, but pick their brains
Yeah.
and just kind of learn about how they see the world and see if there's any way to like figure out where my place is, because like even at this age, honestly speaking, I don't know where my life is going. I don't know where my life is at now even.
Do you know
It's just kind of a blur. I kind of take things day by day, week by week, and I just kind of I just let time flow, and whatever happens happens, and I don't really think too much about the future.
Right.
So figuring out how this universe works from their perspectives.
I'm sorry.
I took it a little bit more serious, but like it's fine. Yeah, I guess that would be my choice for the now,
Good choice.
but other people might be like there are a couple of Power Rangers that have passed on. I would love to talk to them about their experiences on the show and stuff like that. That would be really cool.
I got a story for you. I met one of the Power Rangers.
Which one?
I told the story, right?
Which one? Which
Oh,
one?
you sorry, you met one of them? Because I have
I
autographs
met
from a
one
bunch
of
of
them. I worked at Budget Rent-A-Car in Covina, and the Asian girl ranger,
No. Wait.
Uh,
the Yellow Ranger?
in her suit to rent a
Trini?
car.
Trini?
Trini.
Talking about
I don't-
Tweet.
Tweet.
I never
Trini.
watched it, but we asked her so many questions. And she was getting annoyed. She's not very friendly. I'll tell you that.
Oh wow.
Oh.
But she had a
Oh.
costume. When you walk into the car rental place wearing the suit, you're gonna get some questions. I'm sorry.
Get some questions. Oh,
That is
Right?
fair.
she passed?
But
Oh
yeah.
my lord. Did she
Yeah, she
really?
did.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
passed in the 90s.
Oh my goodness. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Like a
Rest
car
in
accident
peace.
or something?
she
Yeah.
passed in
Yes.
2001, I believe.
Oh, what's it? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I see irony there.
What
I'm
color is she?
sorry.
The green one? I forget. The
But
Yellow.
he's
Yellow one.
He's
Yellow.
yellow.
She
Yellow.
was
Yellow.
the
Asian
Asian
Ranger was the yellow one.
I never watched the show,
He-
so I have
She was
no
the
idea.
racist
The,
one.
the first set of Rangers, you had the Black Ranger as
Walter
the
Jones.
black guy,
Was
and
black?
you had the Yellow Ranger as an
Okay,
Asian
good.
girl. It's like, yeah, sure. And then
Tree
you had
Come on. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I never watched the show.
No,
Yes.
we're
Are you
serious.
serious?
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
And then
Yes.
back in the 90s, it wasn't the most acceptable thing to be like gay, especially during when the Power Rangers were popular. So the
Yep, so
Blue
David,
Ranger,
David Yost
Blue
got bullied
Ranger,
on set.
the
Mhm.
Blue Ranger, he was gay and with blue balls, so they gave him
Right.
the Blue Ranger. Like it was
And the
Uh,
Red Ranger
Yeah.
was Native American.
Native
so
American.
right. And then
Yeah.
later on,
Yeah.
I think it's the White Ranger of is my friend Alan Palmer, who actually is also gay. So he played was it the White Ranger? If I'm not
The White
mistaken.
Alan
Later.
Palmer, no.
Yeah.
Mm.
He
Are you
played,
talking about like the first generation Power Rangers?
no,
Or are you talking
later.
about the later?
It was later.
Ah, okay.
Do you remember Voodoo?
All right.
You're googling it now.
He was in the Alien Ranger in
Okay,
the
there you
second
go.
season.
There you go. So he's
So,
actually
when it's-
he's a
Voodoo, which
Mhm,
ranger
he's a
would you
friend.
see? You can only choose one. They can only book. You can only book one. Which one would you?
Um, ooh, that's a hard one because I
May I
don't
answer this?
I don't know. There's a lot of I'm gonna go with what was his name? Pua Magasiva. He was the Ninja Storm Red Ranger.
Oh yeah.
I don't mean
Yeah.
to. Okay. I was just gonna say, if you pick Trini, she's not very nice. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Way too obscure. Okay, wait. Who was answering this question this last time? Did we skip you? I'm sorry.
It was Pac-Man was answering it,
Okay.
and then Johnny chimed in afterwards.
Okay. So you
yeah.
said
Alan
your
Palmer was
grandfather.
the
Okay, got it.
Black Alien Ranger.
Okay. And wait,
Mhm.
I think no, it was okay. Then you okay? Who's next? Who did you tag, Voodoo?
No,
Yeah,
Pac-Man was
okay.
answering.
Oh, okay.
No, you were
Oh,
in.
no.
No,
You were answering.
answering because
Voodoo, you
Pac-Man
were
already
Oh, I
answering.
was
answered.
answering.
Yeah, you
Pac-Man
were
already
answering,
answered.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now you pick somebody.
I don't remember anything.
I answered and I picked you.
Oh,
No,
right,
you
right.
you.
You're doing
okay.
great.
Got derailed with the Power Rangers thing.
Okay.
I got derailed by Power Rangers. I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay, you
You're
pick.
doing a stream with MixTalkLive, sir.
Stephen
Oh,
Hawking,
okay,
Power
yeah.
Rangers.
Sorry, I
You're
thought
in
we
your
were talking about
room.
Power Rangers the entire time.
Okay.
So next Power Ranger is Wifey.
Wifey.
Me? Okay.
Wifey loves Ranger.
If I had to go back or into the afterlife, let me think. I think I would probably go visit my aunt. It's my mom's sister who passed away about 8 years ago. Um, she was very, very, very close to me. A lot of people said that our personalities were very similar. That she and I, very family oriented, just very people friendly. Always smiling, always laughing, always she was always very, very happy person. She passed away by getting melanoma cancer, so she had. And even then, was crazy because she would, you know, be super just still, laughing and still smiling and still, being very strong and stuff. So, but I would love to see her and spend some time with her and just be able to have conversations with her, again. So she's very missed within the family, and um, she got to do some baking with me, which I thought was really cool that we got to share that experience. She loved baking, but she'd always just kind of do it on her own at home and never did anything, or like any classes or anything. And so while she was, I think she was battling cancer at the time. She was in her remission, and one of her remissions, and she took a class with me, a baking class, and absolutely fell in love with it. Loved it so much that she went out and bought like the best, mixer and the best,
Hmm.
Nice.
tools and stuff for her to be able to bake. And I remember sitting in the baking class, and she's there making like the little flowers and stuff that we had to learn how to make, and she would sit there and just be in awe with her little flowers and be so proud of herself. And so yeah, she was somebody who I just shared a lot with, and was someone who I think too, like, trusted her, and I would tell her things that I wouldn't even like tell my parents or tell my mom,
Right.
and things that she would kind of keep between us, and I knew that she would go and tell my mom or tell my parents, and stuff like that. She actually was the one that I visited in Hawaii. She was the
Oh,
one that lived there, and she lived there because her husband was in the army, and that's where they were stationed, was in Hawaii. So the first time that I went, I think I was like 13, 14, and that's who we went to visit, who we went to stay with.
Hmm.
So that's also, I think, maybe even why, like, from that previous question that we talked about, why I would go back, and it ties into because that was an experience that I had with her. Um, and I think that that'd be really cool to revisit some of the places that we went to and that we shared, and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So yeah, that's who I would definitely uh, visit, and see my aunt.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right, wifey
So who
tag.
hasn't answered
Mm-hmm.
yet? Riz, go ahead, Riz.
okay. Um, I would pick my mom. She passed
Hmm.
away February 2020, so pretty recently.
Right.
Um, so and my mom was the person in the family who would like bring all the do like coordinate the family parties with my
Mm-hmm.
aunt. And she's the one in the family who's like pretty neutral, like everyone was cool with her. Um but yeah, I mean it's interesting hearing everybody share about their loved ones who have passed years ago, and that like that's what it is, people, time goes on, but we still think about them. um Another person too would be my grandma, my dad's mom, because um she came to the Philippines. She came from the Philippines and like basically like helped raise my brothers and I, and like she was a really good cook. She passed in 2012, I think. um so it's like I think with thinking about our like ancestors and stuff, it's just I'm just curious now, like like what I know them from the context of when they passed, when however long ago, but it's like now, like I would love to like ask them about the things I'm going through now.
Mm.
So
Right.
yeah, that's me. And yeah, I mean the holidays, I think about that too. For a lot of us, like the holidays can be tough because there's people that we miss.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's just a part of it, and like hopefully there's ways that we can um do something in their memory, bake something, or put a picture of them out, or just
Hmm.
do something, eat their favorite food or something.
Nice. Right.
um yeah, so it's always, it's tough,
Yeah.
but it's, we get through it, and we
Hmm.
we continue their legacy.
Right.
Who did not share? Was it Johnny that did not share yet?
Yeah, I
I think
haven't yet.
so.
Johnny
Okay.
and then
So
Shade.
who's
Mm-hmm.
Because Shade is supposed to be last, apparently.
okay? So my answers, just like Riz, my mom would be
Mm.
the one that I go visit. Um, about 9 years ago, my grandma on my dad's side passed away. She was 90 years
Oh
old,
wow.
Wow.
and it was,
Wow. Long
and then a year
life.
later, my mom passed away,
Oh,
and it was just really a devastating time for my
of
family
course.
because just like Riz, like her mom was the social person, or that's how my mom was for the whole family, for both sides of the family. And to have that happen, it was just really devastating. I mean, my mom is the person that taught me how to cook, how to drive a car.
Right.
The first nanny for my um, two boys. Um, like she would watch them all the time. She would teach them stuff, pre-kin stuff, and take care of them. And they were a huge part of my kids' lives.
Right.
And it's really, yeah, it's really hard. Like Rizaline was saying, like when it, I'd say about months after it happened, I'd have dreams and see my mom in the dream. And you ever have a dream like that where you know it's not right because like she's not alive, right?
Right.
But in the dream she is, and you know it in the dream, kind of. And it kind of really, it
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
affects you.
Yeah.
So that would be the first one that that I would go see. Definitely my mom.
Hugs to you, Johnny.
Thanks.
Mhm.
All right.
And condolences too.
Yes. Condolences to everybody, actually. So,
Mhm.
Thank you.
my heart is sending you heartfelt messages and vibes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks everyone.
Shay,
Okay,
I'd love
Shade.
to hear.
Um,
Look at the thoughts.
It's your question.
I know, no. It's the emotions that are running
Oh.
right now. I would definitely hands down run to my tutu, or in Hawaiian, my grandma.
Yes.
Um, I know it. I don't mean it to sound funny, but know me, my wild ass sense of humor. My grandma's name was Dora. She should have been called Elmer, because when I tell you, she was the glue for this family.
Oh,
Oh.
snap.
When
Yeah.
I tell you, couldn't tell, like, she's the reason why Elmer's got so goddamn popular. You can't tell me shit else. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when she passed, you could really, like, my grades went down. I started fucking up in school, um, lashing out. I, to this day, still have not healed from it completely. The family values really started to kind of diminish for a while.
Mm-hmm.
My family was never, we weren't as close, even though, you know, Hawaiians, we are known for like aloha and ohana,
Mm-hmm. Right.
which means family. And, you know, she really helped keep that instilled in all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But then when she passed away, like the judgment from some of my cousins regarding my sexuality as we got older, it's really started to show. Um, right before the pandemic, when I was younger, my cousins and I, we'd always be at each other's weddings doing whatever we had to help out. My cousin Missy, no problems there. She begged me to come to her wedding in drag.
Mm-hmm.
She begged for me, just get done up, get a cute ass wig.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, girl, it's your day. Yeah. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Come on and drag. But something her brother would have never done if our grandmother was still here is I was actually not invited to his wedding.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
I was not invited to his final birthday celebration here in the state of Washington. And his reasonings were, oh, you don't know how to act. You think everything's about you, blah, 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 blah. And these are all like super aggressive, super projected things
Mm-hmm.
that he was putting onto me. And when we were kids, that was never the If he had an issue, we would wrestle it out. And then we just call it a day because at the end of the day, we're family. And ever since my grandmother passed, like, even though me and some of my cousins are excited to do what we're supposed to do with our young ones, with each other, all of this, even though we're excited about it, with her passing, nothing has been the same. I don't care what you want to tell me. I don't care. Nobody can tell me nothing. Nothing's been the same. And obviously, it's not going to be the same when somebody you love passes. Duh.
Mhm.
But it's not the same
It's
in
tough.
a negative sense.
Yeah.
And, not only that, I want to be able to hug her. I want to hold her. I want to be able to, because she passed when I was 11. She passed back in '01. And I was only in 5th grade. I know I don't look it because black don't crack, but I'm I'm going to be 32 this upcoming March. So for me, when she passed, with her being gone for 20 years, it's been tough. And then now going on our way to 30 years without her. This upcoming July, I was just starting, I was knocking at the door. I was knocking on the door of puberty, and she missed everything. Like, and when I tell you, my grandmother was so accepting, like, even though the ultrasound said I was a boy, my grandma swore up and down I was going to be a girl. If I wasn't a girl, I was going to be. And child, when I tell you she was right, it kind of, she knew. There was just so many things she knew about me that she had to tell my mom about. She had to let my mom know, look, your child's going to be super weird. Your child's going to be super different. And I'm not talking about just black. There's going to be some shit, and you need to prepare yourself. She knew. She was like the backbone of my family. But then it's been really tough, especially for me, because I was like her pet. Out of all, my grandmother had 13 kids and was the youngest
Wow.
Dang.
of 25.
Right.
It was
Jesus
she was
Christ.
the baby of 25 kids. It was a blended family, but nevertheless, that is a huge family.
That's
So
huge, yeah.
for her to have that bond that was extremely tight, because my mom was the youngest out of all of my grandma's kids. It was a bond that none of my cousins could touch that my grandmother and I had. So, throughout these years of being a drag queen, realizing who I am as a non-binary person, dealing with racism, dealing with so many issues that some people, that all of us may know in our own separate, not even begin to survive through, I can't go to her. And it's different when you talk to your parents and when you talk to your grandparents. I can't go to her and seek counsel. I
Yeah.
can't go to her for that wisdom. She was when I don't remember who asked. I think it was Voodoo who asked if everyone here is an immigrant or is descended from immigrants. My grandmother was born in 1925 in Honolulu, Hawaii,
Oh wow.
Kalapana, Hawaii. It's not even here anymore because there was an eruption on the Big Island that wiped out the city. My grandmother was in her 40s when Hawaii became the 50th state.
Wow.
So there's a lot of fucking history,
Oh yeah.
knowledge, strength, wisdom, beauty, all of that that I did not, that I know I would need, that I know I needed from her. But, hashtag fuck cancer, she left
Yeah.
when I was young before I realized who the hell I was, so I struggle now. Sometimes when we do custom, sometimes Annie, when you are yelling at people on the other team, Voodoo, when I'm laughing because all you're buying is an Odin. In the back of my mind throughout all of that, she's in the back of my mind. And it sucks and it hurts that as an adult, I've never been run to her to hear what she has to say. There's been times I've needed to know, how am I doing? Are you proud of the person I've become? Are you proud of the fact that your grandson is now your grandbaby?
Right.
How do you feel about having this loudmouth, sailor mouth drag queen as a grandchild? How do you feel about the legacy that I am carrying that is passed from you? Because even though I have a whole side of my family on my dad's side, I don't know them. All I've ever known is my mom's side of the family. All I've ever known is my grandma, my uncles, and my aunties, my cousin, who we know it good and damn well they ain't blood, but let somebody talk mess and then you're going to have to call the police
Right.
because somebody got their teeth knocked out. sorry, not sorry about it. You know, it's been a struggle because being Black, gay, femme, non-binary, all of that, child, is for the birds, honey. So there are times where I need her. Like, I want to know, Tutu, are you proud of me? Tutu, did you approve of that performance that I did last week? Tutu, how does this outfit look? What do you think of these heels? Do you think this hair is pretty? And that's all something, even if it's all that one, like emotional overdrive. I know this is disgusting, but I don't want to get too damn sad. I would give up dick forever for a holiday season with my tutu. And I am gay as water is wet. I would give up dick forever if I could have a holiday season with my tutu. Period. Child, send me to a motherfucking monastery. I'll become a monk or a nun. I don't give a fuck. You know, she means that much, and it would mean that much to me. Like, if I had that child, I think I might know a white privilege.
Well, we know your love for your grandma, for your tutu, is super strong. And let me just say this, you know, girl, we need to chat. We need to chat because I have a whole, you know, Hawaiian thing that we can talk about because I do Hawaiian radio, all that. So, but I know that Hawaiians are super proud. And let me just tell you this, that your tutu is looking down for sure. And you have the strongest lineage because you have her bloodline. You know what I'm saying? That's super important.
I feel so privileged to be a part of it. I feel so honored. And what a lot of people know, Hawaiian culture, people like me were celebrated. Or as what Hawaiians call mahu. We were teachers, we were healers, we were storytellers, we were dancers, we were counsel, we were it's the Native American equivalent for Two-Spirit.
Yeah.
That is where they held us. Like, and even though modern day American culture brought with its homophobic minds of Hawaiians, my grandmother never, because I have a lesbian aunt, a lesbian cousin, a gay ass uncle, and the love for them was no weaker,
right?
Just because of it. So,
wow. If your tutu was here, I'd be like,
oh, child, if Tutu is here, she
right?
Yeah, all of that food y'all was eating, and y'all motherfucking live stream and the shit with the IRL stream shit. Oh yeah, beat my ass for not catching a plane ticket.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh.
Look now, all that food and shit. Oh, you staying at home?
Right.
You know, Shade. Actually, I mean to add on that, like, you were asking, even like your points were, you're asking her if she was proud of you. I mean, after all the years I've known you, right? Actually, by the way, I mean, thank you for sharing that because, like, you know, I actually learned more about you. I mean, it seems like you're her. You know, it seems like through all the struggles you go through,
right?
It seems like you say, she's so wise through what she went through. It seems like what you've gone through in your life, it seems like you're getting that
knowledge and that wisdom.
and wisdom. So
I
I'm
try to
thinking that
hold up
you're
to what she taught me. You know, all about family. Like, all of y'all, Johnny very much included. If she was around, she probably would have told all of y'all, if you have the money to put up for, because there ain't no room in the house, no more, with all the family that be visiting. But if y'all won't, come the fuck up and visit for holidays. That was the kind of person my grandmother was. My dad was super fucking abusive towards my mom, and she treated him. She still respected him. She didn't slander him. Nothing. She made it very known. I know what you're doing with my daughter, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, and I'm just gonna be cordial. I'm gonna be ladylike, and I'm just gonna look. She didn't judge him. based off the abuse that he put on my mom and some of it on me. The abuse that I had to endure at my mom's hand when I was younger due to my grandmother's sickness. She never judged anyone.
Right.
She was just not that kind of person. Every single one of y'all, I repeat, every single one of y'all, even though Johnny and I just met, him included, would have been welcome to a family dinner. Would have been welcome to home for the holidays. And if you got friends and family, bring them too.
There you go.
Yeah, I
we
think
can
she's
make this. She would have been. We can make this a party, honey.
yeah. I think she's really proud of what you've done. I
Oh,
mean,
for
like
sure.
definitely, like hands down.
I second that.
Well, y'all, okay, we are at our 3+ mark, or 3+ hour mark now. And unfortunately, we do need to cut it off at some point. I would love to sit here and talk with you guys more. This has been nothing but like a love fest for me. I love you guys so much. I love the fact that we were here learning about culture. We were here learning about, what we each do during the holiday, and how we've carried on some of the legacies from the past into the future, and how we are going to probably instill them into our our offsprings and even families in to come. I would love to be able to just sit and chat, and if we could, would be an all-nighter kind of thing, but yeah, we do need to cut it off at some point. And unfortunately, we won't even be able to get to the last 2 panel questions, and we also are not going to be able to get to our mix talk mailbag, which we just announced today. But let me just quickly shout it out, you guys, so that you can see it and what it's about. Hold on, let me open this up really quickly, and then we're going to go ahead and end for the night. This is our mailbag, y'all. Here. Oops, sorry. Here it is. This is our mailbag. Our mailbag is basically a way for all of you to communicate with our panel or with the panelists here, by sending a question, a comment, feedback, or even topic discussions, suggestions, anything that you'd like to talk about, and send it to, or tweet at us, or Instagram us, or as I mentioned earlier, you guys, you can also reach out to any one of the panelists here, and you can either email or join our Discord, or email. Who does that anymore? Reach out to us by Discord or on our Twitch channels. You can whisper to us as well. Anything to reach out to us and let us know that what you heard here tonight you loved. Give it a thumbs up and like and follow. No, just kidding. And just we'd love to hear from you is the bottom line. So please use that, and anytime that you'd like to be able to ask us a question, feel free to do so. And you know what, we're also here for you if you're during the holiday. I know that people will probably for the most part will be festive, but then there are those that maybe who will be alone during the holidays. And just let me just tell you this. I'm here. We're all here. You can reach out to us, tap us on the shoulder, let us know how you're doing. Check in with us. Make sure you're not going through anything alone. Okay, so we're here for you, and we'd love to just keep in touch, and so the mailbag is a way for us to be able to communicate with you, and those of you who know us on a maybe more personal basis. You can reach us on our Discords and whatnot. So I will the channel is there for you guys. Oh snap, where did my chat go? Uh-oh, I lost my chat. Where did the chat go? Okay, well, there it is. We're going to conclude for tonight. I want to say, first of all, thank you, and first and foremost, to our lovely, awesome guests, our awesome guests, Crazy Pac-Man, Voodoo, 781, Brandon Guerra 97. I'm doing this for a reason so that somebody can shout out real quickly. And Hot Pink Shade. Shout them out, y'all. Shout them out. And then our lovely panelists, Rizaline Beatrice, Wifeylovesnerd, and our one and only incomparable Johnnyfrickinrico. And then in chat, our other mastermind, DJ B Remix, who is not here because he's ill, and send him good vibes and well wishes and speedy recovery, everybody. I thank you all so very much. If you haven't already figured out, we are Mixed Talk. We are a bag of tricks. No, just kidding. We are Mixed Talk, and we come here basically talk about all things nostalgia and retro and things that are relevant to today. And we'd love to hear from you guys. Please give us some of your ideas for topics for next episode. This is our last episode for 2021. 2021. We will be back 2022.
Dang.
I know. Wow. I said 2000. 2022.
Crap.
We will be
2022 is coming.
we will be back strong as ever in 2022. So we'd love to be able to incorporate all of you guys in our next episodes and future episodes. So thank you all. I love you guys. I think I speak for everybody here. We are super happy. And may I say this? Have a blessed, safe, and fun holidays coming up, and just know that we're here for you and we will continue to be family. I don't think we're going to raid right now because it's too late at this point, so let's just go ahead and end it. But everybody, y'all, can I just tell you, you guys are amazing and you truly have made my night. Thank you again. I will see you all. I'll see you. Let's do the high.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Bye,
good night, good
guys.
night.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.
Have a blessed day. Good night, everybody. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye. Bye.